Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Infinite Ammo Syndicate, our Buster Wolf podcast. Today, we are doing Tekken 8, aka Tekken Ocho, because this was a hot new fighting game that came out in 2024, and we did this a couple of months after the fact, so that most of the people here could breathe this game in. And a lot of people have, because we have a stacked list of guests and podcasters here. And I'm going to introduce them one by one, starting with Ronan. Splendid English, if you please. But in any case, after that, we have, I am not saying that Discord name, we have Kaneki.
You don't want to say my name? Well, I see like how you're trying to breathe in the game. Well, for this particular podcast, I'm going to breathe out this game once we get to later questions. But how is everybody?
I'm doing well. I was playing a little bit of it today to sort of keep this game fresh in my system. Much like Andre, who is also...
Howdy, guys. Howdy, y'all. We are going to be talking about Tekken 8, probably one of the most hyped fighting games of this year. It came out just months after Street Fighter 6, so this is going to be really interesting.
I've definitely been looking forward to this one, but what I'm looking forward to is the perspective of a newer Tekken player like Erneon.
Hello, I'm Bernie, and I am the #1 fan of Azucena.
Damn.
Good to get that out in the open. Just to make sure that I've introduced everyone, we also have Nikki.
Yo. Hi, everyone. I am late to the Tekken 8 party, but it's all right.
It's like they say, better late than never. Speaking of better late than never, we have the man who will be delivering the questions from here on out, Mr. Renegade Operative.
Hello, I am Renegade Operative, so you might be hearing my redub voice. I had some fucking stupid issues with the recording for the initial Tekken 8 discussion, but I'm just gonna say this clearly that I am here. I'm very glad to be part of this discussion with Buster Wolf Podcast, a fighting game podcast, getting into Tekken. The King of Iron Fist tournament is here, and we are ready to rumble. All right, so the first question is relatively straightforward. What do you guys think of Tekken 8 in comparison to Tekken 7? All the upgrades, bells and whistles, and doodads from the last game. What do you think about all of them? And do you think they improved things for better or for worse?
I think the first thing I noticed from 7 to 8 are just how the characters look, their overall faces. I hate to say this, especially the female characters, because if you look at them, most of their eyes are kind of like blank, lifeless, just there. It's fresh off Tag 2. And you get to Tekken 8, and there's so much more life and personality in these characters, in just their looks, their attitudes, their animations. So like that's kind of the first thing to come to mind. Everyone just looks better in this game. Like that's kind of where I'm at in terms of what I've noticed.
The main thing that's super great in this game is how it looks graphically. I mean, I can't believe that someone said that this game looks like it could run on a PS4. You have to be completely crazy, because I just don't think that that's possible. Anyway, for what they did, that first initial trailer, it was eye candy. It was sex, whatever you will label that as. The game looked crisp and phenomenal on Unreal Engine 5. Then we get to the gameplay mechanics. Once again, very sharp, fast and fluid, fast paced. And the animations all just sort of make a comeback from 7, but they feel more refined and better. I tried to go back and play like Tag 2 and then play this game, and luckily I did, because the quantum leap of fluidity could not be so better once you go from generation to this. It is unparalleled, and honestly, like I said, it feels great, looks great, that part I really don't have a problem with. I think they nailed what is the core fundamentals of Tekken while keeping it, refining it, and making it very updated to the modern generation. And that's my opinion on that. So I will go with Burn. How do you feel about the looks and feel of Tekken 8?
I actually do have Tekken 7 on my Steam account, and I tried playing it, but there was something about it that I didn't like so much. I don't know. It felt kind of slow to me. It felt kind of pale in some way and stuff like that. And when I was seeing Tekken 8, I was like, yeah, it looks fun, but it's not my thing and everything. And I kept seeing many more things like new characters, new design, the story, the effects, and everything. I was like, I should give it a shot. And just by playing it, it definitely does feel way better for me than Tekken 7. Maybe I will need to retry that one to see if maybe it hits more now. But Tekken 8 just simply, I don't know, it has something into it. The way that when you play, every punch that connects feels satisfying. There's something about like the fact that you punch, it connects, and you just feel the strength into it. And I think that's something really cool that Tekken 8 is doing. As a new player, I don't know how much people are actually considering how much is the difference between Tekken 7 to Tekken 8. But for me, definitely it feels like a huge leap. Like it's amazing. It's a really well done game. I'm loving it.
What about you, Ronan? How do you feel about the quantum leap from Tekken 7 to Tekken 8?
I feel like it's actually a really good step forward for Tekken. I grew up playing a lot of Tekken games, like through well, except Tekken 1 and 2. I feel like it's really good, and yes, about the Unreal Engine 5, the controls, graphic wise, and also everyone's stripped the fuck up. It's great. The controls feel great. The character roster is perfect, by the way. Missing Bruce Irving a little bit. Kind of wish he's DLC, probably. I don't know, maybe. But other than that, the controls, the learning curve, how to counter, how to juggle, everything else, it feels amazing.
Nikki, it is your turn.
The game is absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna start by saying that. Going back to Tekken 7 and seeing just how lifeless and dull that game is, like it really does feel like a quantum leap from 7 to 8. Especially with new updated graphics, jumping up to the PS5. It's fluid, it's fast, it's really smooth. It plays much better than 7 in general. It's colorful. It just really feels great. But I will say, as far as some of the character designs go, and it really depends on the characters, because some of their faces look really, really nice. Like Lars, for example, like he's finally good looking again. Li Xiaolan looks great. But what the fuck happened to Steve Fox? How much freaking Botox did you give this freaking guy?
He's a Gerber baby.
Yeah, he is looking. This is the worst I've ever seen Steve Fox look. What's his name? Claudio is the same way. Some of those characters just look like they took so much Botox, and it just looks. Some of their faces just look terrible. But other than that, I think those two are probably like the more extraneous characters. I would say everyone's like the character designs just look real nice, and like they flow real nice, and like I said, it's just really a great leap from 7 to 8, especially with like how colorful and how everything flows together. I feel like they could have done a little bit more with some of the characters' faces, but depends on the character, honestly.
Well, Kaneki, how about you? How do you feel going from Tekken 7 to Tekken 8?
Man, y'all stole most of the great answers. Well, my only initial thought from Tekken 7 to Tekken 8 is the initial Tekken 8 trailer, not the one they tease at Evo, but the one after, when it's at Sony State of Play. Our reactions alone when we first saw that trailer. That's how you know I was very excited. The leap was there, even from like from the initial beta builds of Tekken 8. It's like they really gone for different engines, looking beautiful. Everyone's dripped. Combat is better. Although I want to talk more about Tekken 8 later in terms of the in terms of the balance, but the initial thought is pretty insane, a huge upgrade, and I hope fighting games continue with that trend.
All right, I think we have Andre as the last one. What do you think about the leap from Tekken 7 to Tekken 8?
Let's see how it looks. Honestly, Tekken 8 looks incredible. Like, in retrospect, when you go back to Tekken 7, it looks very plastic, and I want to say it looks really glossy and kind of plasticky with the character models and really with the environments. But 8 is a lot better. Character designs look some of them not really too huge. I don't really like Paul's new look at all, but Warring's new looks great. I really love I really like Jin's new look a lot. It's pretty badass. It looks great. Plays really well. It plays. I'd say it does feel like it's a lot more faster and more aggressive than Tekken 7. Like, I actually really like the heat system because it kind of, what do you want to do this like you want to either do this like powerful attack or do you want to do like extender or something like that. Yeah, I really do like the game a lot so far. It definitely feels like a huge upgrade, especially compared to Street Fighter 6 that came out last year and the upcoming Fatal Fury Save the Wolves, which I think that game's on Unreal Engine, but I could be wrong. That's all I gotta say though.
All right, we are gonna move swiftly along to question number 2. How do you feel about the overall gameplay mechanics this time around, including the new heat system? We're gonna go with Ronan first.
I feel like the heat mechanic, I think they borrowed a lot of that from Soul Calibur 6, believe it or not, because the heat mechanic is absolutely a really good change of pace because it literally gives you EX moves. Like, enough of like the EX moves and the heat mechanic is all great. A little bit abusable, but still, in my taste of gameplay, it's pretty fun. Especially Lars. Seriously, the guy has lightning shoes.
I'm gonna go next. Okay, so there's a bit to say about this. Honestly, I'm gonna start with heat first. The heat, in my opinion, is either, for better or worse. There are situations where you might get pressed in a corner, someone has heat, they still have meter, and you just can't get up, can't get out of it, and you're pretty much boned. But I also think on the other side of the spectrum, there are some things in Tekken where it's like, if you're stuck on a wall, you know what time it is. It's time for you to get stuck, and it's time for you to get pounded like a piece of veal cutlet. So seeing that fucking situation is like, okay, you can maneuver out of it, you can try to either kick out of it, which is the off the ground kick that you can do, roll out of the way. They do give you like some options for like defense, but I wish it was just a little bit more of push and pull. Like, you could use techniques to do defense with heat. I think that would have been kind of cool, but this is mostly an offensive game, which it is what it is. It's par for the course, and you're either going to love it or hate it. And that's the best way I could summarize it. Now, I'm going to say this much. I know as much as people complained about heat, there is meter to it. It will run out, and if there is someone just spamming the move all the fucking time and they have no meter and they have no health, you're going to beat the ever-living crap out of them if they aren't really reliable in the resource with it. So I think that it does have like a boon to it, so to speak. If it runs out, that's it. All you have to do is just rely on the fact, are you going to win the match or not? I had situations where I won with heat. I had situations where I didn't win with heat. So it's 50-50 really how I feel about it. Some days I hate it. Some days it's absolutely funny when I use it and get someone on a wall. Sometimes I really fucking love it. So I'm going to move on to Rat. Oh, before I do that, just the gameplay is fire. Like, I don't have much to say here. The gameplay is lit. I think this game is much better than Tekken 7 on the gameplay front, but I love that game just as much, and it feels like a proper evolution in ways, even if we sans the heat meter. I feel that they made things recognizable, and it's not like they made an entirely new game from scratch where you're not gonna know what's going on like 9 times out of 10. You have to relearn the whole game. It's like bread and butter Tekken, I want to say, where you're gonna pick it up, you're gonna play it, you're gonna know your familiarity. They also added this weird I don't know, this weird kind of friendly mechanic. I don't want to say new mechanic, but it is friendly, where it's like you can sort of do combos by having a special little thing come up on the screen and it tells you commands. I really didn't like that when it cut on for me the first time and activated. It kind of felt like the Street Fighter modernized control thing, and it's just a little bit more on the nose with it, so I didn't like that at all. But if anyone loves button mashing, be my guest, you have that available to your needs, and that's what I feel about the gameplay, honestly. Rat, what about you? How do you feel about this and the heat mechanics going forward?
A lot of what Tekken 8 adds compared to other Tekken games, I feel makes the game very top heavy. Because you have your heat activation, which has armor at the top of the body. You have these new special moves, which blow through a lot of offense, so very top heavy. The only way to really break them is by throwing, which makes me think of the punish counter from Street Fighter 6. And that's kind of what it reminds me of. Where do I begin? So the simplification that you just talked about, I actually kind of like it for the simple reason that if your opponent is actively using it, the indicators appear on screen, like the button layout appears on screen on your opponent's side. So no real complaints from me. It's just it's a giant red flag to indicate that, hey, some simple shit is about to go down. As for the heat mechanic,
Uh-oh.
Rat, we lost him.
Oh,
No,
Here we go again.
Oh no.
we
Oh,
will,
no.
we will revive his corpse, everyone. Don't worry. he will come back.
Give it back in a moment. Give it a minute.
We'll be right.
Com-
We'll be right back with these few
technical
messages.
difficulty.
Comcast heard him. He heard him from earlier.
Yeah, he did a running power bomb like King, just right on the mat. Well, I guess until he comes
right
back.
now.
Yeah, I guess until he comes back, I will let Kaneki go on gameplay mechanics.
All right. Oof. Well, let me go with the heat system first. At first, I didn't mind the heat system because the only reason this game even had a heat system in the first place, because
Or
if
white
anyone did
health.
not,
if you
Oh.
dig into that heat combo.
Rat, you cut out.
Yeah. Where at?
We were just letting Kaneki go until you came back, but do you want to let him finish or you want to go before he
Sure, no
does?
problem.
All right, go ahead.
okay, the only reason why this game even had a heat system in the first place, because if anyone did not know, before the game was out, it was confirmed that the DOA team was helping Tekken 8 with its development of in terms of the gameplay mechanics. I know they did more than the heat system, but that's all. That's the only thing I know that they helped them on. And at first, I did not mind the heat system, but as like you play further into ranked, further into casual match, once you like beginning to play in the highest top tier matches, you can go as far as you can. You're starting to questioning why the heat system is even there in the first place. Like, it shouldn't even be in the game. It's another wake up mechanic, in my opinion, that you see in like almost most modern fighting games that they push out these days, to appeal to casuals so they can get that one up. I feel like this is it's unnecessary. The rest of the gameplay mechanics, though, I did not mind. It's so much leaps and bounds compared to Tekken 7's.
All right, you can go ahead and piggyback.
Heat system. I went all over the place with it. When it was first introduced, all I could think of is, oh man, Tekken is hopping onto that meter train that every other fighting game is doing, including Dead or Alive. Because Dead or Alive
Yep.
6 had meter. And that was the death of Dead or Alive. So I was a little skeptical walking in here. It's just going to be some more aggressive tool for people to just press buttons with when their back is against the wall. Nowadays, I don't mind it as much because most people will just heat in the middle of a combo and it lessens the damage you get in favor of adding gray health, I would say, because that's a thing now in Tekken. So emotionally, I went all over the place with the heat system. Oh, this thing sucks. This thing's going to ruin Tekken. Oh, wait, it's actually not that bad. Oh, wait, it's actually a core mechanic in my arsenal. It's just another tool to dish out damage whenever I am able to capitalize on it. So I like heat where it is now. I don't mind Tekken getting a little more aggressive. Because if any fighting game franchise is going to get more aggressive, it should be Tekken. And that's kind of all I have to say about the overall mechanics and gameplay, because most of it is heat-based, and heat's fine as far as I'm concerned.
I wanted to add something on, but my freaking brain just like fell out like a pancake. But
You still need to wake up.
it was about heat. I've also noticed that there are times where people could get that gray health back if they do like something like a super. So I thought to myself, yeah, I feel 50-50 about that, because I had those moments where some people get their health back and win a match, or get their health back and do a perfect, which is something I did. Overall, though, I would say that if we go back to Tekken 7, I'm just gonna throw this out there. It's like almost nothing new, because we've seen them try to do comeback mechanics with that game where they put in like supers, and you could do the rage drive and the rage art, one where you could do the super, the other where you turn blue and you do like a combo extender. But that felt a little bit more, it felt like less egregious compared to this, where it's like you're getting health back, you're doing extra damage, you have super armor sometimes where you can barely like hit the person at times. So yeah, Rage Drive definitely felt like it was an experimental premise. Heat felt like they knew what they were doing. It's time to get aggressive, it's time to get our game on. And like I said, I'm still like 50-50 about it. Times when it works, it's awesome. I love beating people's asses when it's awesome. Other times it's like, oh, I just want this to end. I'm getting comboed to death. Nikki, how do you feel about the gameplay mechanics in this game so far?
Well, I really like the DOA influence of Tekken 8. It feels very much like a Dead or Alive game. So, and unfortunately, do they really have to turn up their music this loud right outside my house? I'm sorry. So they turn it down. But I'm still a little confused about the heat system. Like I said, I'm a late player to Tekken 8, so I'm kind of still figuring out a lot of the controls, a lot of the heat system in general. I know it has like some. I think when I was trying to figure out what the buttons for the rage art was, I had accidentally pressed like modern or easy controls or so, and I'm like, this is an option? Like, what the heck? But I'm still kind of navigating my way around Tekken 8's combat. But like I said, I really like how it's DOA influenced. Like I was watching some Tekken tournament yesterday on Twitch, and I saw how they were using like the bottom of the arena as like a hazard. And they said stage hazard over here, stage hazard over there. And then I saw Leroy go flying, and I was like, that's a DOA move. Like I just thought that was so cool. But that's pretty much my thoughts.
Also, side note, that stage where you break through the floor like 5 times, that stage is cancer. Can we just throw that out there? Like, I'm so fucking tired of fighting on that stage where you just keep falling to the floor. I was like, come on, man.
Which one?
The one with the glass where you go all the way to the bottom and there's like these little clouds at the bottom when you go all the way down there. It's like this.
The Devil Jin one.
Yeah.
Like, where you fight Devil Jin in the story mode.
Yes.
Yeah, I can agree on that. That stage is pure cancer. Like I thought we were playing Tekken, not Smash Bros.
Anyone doing a low or an overhead, you're going right to the fucking floor, and I'm just like, it just goes on forever and ever and ever. So there's some stage hazards where like it's fine, especially the arena one where it's like the person sets on fire and they blow up. I thought that was entertaining to see, but that glass one can just go fuck itself. I do not like that stage at all. So we're moving on to Burn. Burn, what do you think of the general gameplay and the heat mechanic this time around?
Same thing. Since I don't have much experience with like previous Tekken, I might not have much knowledge regarding the previous mechanics. But from what I've been seeing with the new mechanics in Tekken 8, it's been really fun. Like honestly, the heat system and everything really allows to do a lot of things with the combos, with the attacks. Like it allows for an interesting switch into it. As I said, the hits, like everything that you do, every punch, anything, it feels natural. Like it doesn't feel like. I think that many people might have with fighting games is that you can feel that maybe some attacks will work a lot better when you mash and stuff like that. But in Tekken, it definitely feels like you don't need to mash at all. Like even if you are someone who doesn't know about fighting games and everything, the flow of the game, the way that the movements go, the way that the attacks go and everything, it doesn't feel that you have to like start mashing and everything for it to work. It works normally. It flows very naturally when you start getting the hang of it. And it's not like you, well, at least I don't feel that you need like days and weeks to develop to understand how it works. You only need to like get used to the way that it works. So that's a really cool thing considering that, and including the heat, including everything else that there is in the game. You really have a lot of liberties and a lot of things that you can do. Like honestly, if you cannot learn how to play Tekken, then I'm pretty sure that you might have another kind of issue.
Andre, last but not least, how do you feel about the gameplay and the heat mechanics of Tekken 8?
I feel feels a lot faster and more aggressive. I do have the same sentiment as Rad about how he was feeling about Heat. Initially when I saw Heat for the first time, I was really like mixed because I thought to myself, I think this could go both ways. Like I feel like people are like gonna spam this mechanic, but I'd say when the actual game came out, they did fix it up a bit. So it was kind of more like it's more of a mechanic. You gotta like sort of. It's good for like I said, good for extending combos, and if you want to do those powerful moves, go for it. But yeah, I think he's definitely. I do think for what it is, it's not a bad mechanic. Like I know people had issues when Rage was introduced in 6, but I think to compensate for that, they made the life bars a lot longer. So yeah, other than that, I don't really got too much problems with it. The gameplay's good.
All right, so this next question is going to be kind of a doozy.
I'm sorry to interrupt. There is just something that sort of sprung to mind in my God damn it, I wish I didn't do that option. Heat rush. I believe it's called. When you're in the middle of heat mode, and there's a specific move where you will spend your entire heat bar and rush forward. There are so many cases where I did not want to use that. That is one thing that I can absolutely do without. Because in some cases, you use that and your opponent's blocking, or they're knocked down and they're not in the position for you to capitalize. But for some reason, that mechanic is there for you to entirely waste an entire meter. Do away with it, please.
I'm going to agree with that because I've did it multiple times, and there's like some dedicated inputs. Like I know Lee has a kick where I could do it, and Jin has like a punch where I could do it, and it activates off of that. But I had times where I'm in the heat of combat. It was sort of hard heat of combat, and I fucking activated heat by accident by doing one of those moves where it goes into slow-mo and he rushes towards the person. He's like, Iksu! And I was like, what the? I was like, why did this activate randomly out of nowhere? There goes my meter. It's either like do or die time, I have to use it. And I think that's exactly why they implemented that in the game. They're like, well, you know, it's already aggressive as it is. It's do or die time. You have to use this meter, but you can't use it whenever you want after doing one of those moves. So I perfectly agree. They can throw that one in the trash.
It's especially bad because I'm an Elisa player, if you couldn't tell. So one of her routes to destroy form is forward 2-1. Problem is, if you're holding forward while you're doing the 1, you get heat rush instead of your destroy form confirmation. So that has happened to me a fair amount, and
Harada, please, never do that again. Just don't do it again.
Don't ask me for shit.
Don't ask me for shit, and also don't add heat rush in the next game for shit. We can leave it right there.
That's just shit.
Well,
I'm gonna ask him for something else later on.
Oh man. But we have the doozy of the next question, which I alluded to.
Speaking of,
and that's the online. We know our experiences will differ. There's the ranking system, and then there's the online connections, and we're going to talk about that compared to Tekken 7. Since he spoke first, Kaneki, I will have you speak about your online and ranking experience.
I'm going to be honest here. From the initial beta testing, closed beta testing for what I tested in Tekken 8 compared to Tekken 7, it had a way better experience. The rollback actually worked. Smooth online experience. Even at launch, well, when they decided to fix their shit, the ranking systems, it was perfect. It was like a step in the right direction from the Tekken 7's online ranking and netcode. Oof, never go back to delay netcode, please. But oh man, ever since post launch, is it me or is the online connection in Tekken 8 has gotten progressively worse? It's like, what the fuck happened? Did we just went back to MK1's netcode of bad with Tekken 8? Like,
that's kind of
what
funny.
is happening?
That's kind of funny because my matches in MK1 have been going progressively smoother than the ones in Tekken 8. I played this guy yesterday, and I was like, I don't know, he's from like Italy or something, or like, I don't know, some foreign area where the internet is quite bogus and, lack of a better word, shit. But I felt like I was fighting him in a goldfish bowl. Like, I was like, what in fuck's name is happening to the connections and the rollback? And I was just like, I was told, you know what, you can just press that button right there to sort of forfeit contest, because that's the first time I actually did it. I was just like, I cannot play this dude because I feel like I'm fighting this motherfucker in like molasses or something. Like, it's just, it's
Well,
good.
sorry to interrupt you. I'm gonna answer you to whose decision to make the rollback netcode for Tekken 8. And shocker, it's not Bandai Namco themselves.
Who
You
was
know
it?
who they outsource it to? Our good old buddies at Arika. You know, the former Arika that Capcom did with Street Fighter EX.
Yeah.
Back when that game was a thing for PS1. Yeah, that Arika. They're the ones behind the rollback netcode.
And I'm guessing the experience with their games online is kind of a miss.
It's mixed, but I think this is their worst one yet.
That's not good.
Progressively worse, because it gets worse with each update. It's like, what are you doing with the online at this point?
I can feel the slug just going across the street with like some of these fights. Like, I just get so fucking annoyed when it works well for what it is. You're gonna have a fun time. Your combos are gonna work, but when it doesn't, it's probably one of the worst experiences I think I had in a fighting game like recently. As for ranked and the ranked modes, okay, So naturally, starting off from the beginning, you're gonna be like, "Oh, this is," especially if you're like a beginner Tekken player, you're gonna be like, "This is kind of so easy, beating these people down, right?" And then you get to the Dans, it's like, "Oh, well, I did that," and it's like, whatever. Those guys are not that hard. Then I get to the blues. Even the blues and the greens were easy peasy. When you get to yellow, you might as well say fuck your life, because that's when the sweaty big boys come out. Yellows, and then orange, and then red. It is probably some of the most sweatiest players I think I ever seen. Naturally speaking, of course, it's still, win or lose situation. Hickeys, busted arms and scars. You still have that going on, where you're gonna win a match, you're gonna lose a match, it's gonna be back and forth. But considering the point law starts to get like really, really strong when you get into yellows, even orange, you really can't be losing like a lot of matches in succession, otherwise you're going to get ranked down like really quickly. So what I like to do is I like to warm up a bit. I did this before in Street Fighter 6, where I warm up a bit, I play a couple of player matches, try to get the groove on, and then when I'm ready to do like a ranked match and I feel like confident, I just jump right in and see what happens. And if I lose like about 2 or 3 times, I'm just like, all right, fuck it for the night. We just gonna go back to player match, or wait until we find that next victim that we run across, and we see if we can, beat him that way, even if he's gone Ryu or whatever. So it's not the greatest ranking system in the world. I miss Street Fighter 6, where it's ranked by character, so you know what your skill level is, as opposed to being like, okay, if you pass this like certain threshold and like certain connections without the crossplay enabled, you're going to get demolished, because it reads what you are once you progress like even further into yellows. And I was just like, all right, I haven't played this character, mastered this character that much. I'm still fighting with the big boys, so it is what it is. I can, love it and hate it on some days, but I do feel like after a certain point, you're probably going to want to slam your head into a wall, and that's kind of how it goes.
You're gonna do even more of that with their recent update to the online ranking system. You want to hear this?
Go ahead.
They basically turned ranked matches into skill-based matchmaking, like COD.
Oh, that's not. But why can't we? You know that meme where it has the button on the keyboard and it says upgrade, downgrade, or go to fuck back?
Yeah,
So yeah, you want to fight against the same prowess?
bruh.
Oh man.
Actually,
The same sweaty prowess you've been fighting? Yeah, that's fun.
Nugget Ren, I actually got a funny story. So what happened was I got promoted and I got demoted. Like I got promoted and then something happened with the glitch of the game, and next thing you know, I got demoted. So I ended up having to like basically get promoted again. So yeah.
Dude, it's I don't know. I don't like whatever they did to it, and I feel like whatever it was before was fine. You didn't need to touch it or mess with it. It was fine for what it was. Right now though, I'm gonna have to say Street Fighter 6 is the one where I prefer the rank the most, because where
They have the best online right now.
yeah, you know where you stand, and you know where they stand, and the best man or the best woman could win. It's just like that easy to sort of understand, and the matches kind of get tossed up or whatever, but still you know what's about to go down. Whereas this is like, if it's like skill-based matchmaking to this point, and you start fighting people above your level. I was fighting someone like 10 levels above me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Well, I'm still gonna fight him anyway. That's kind of how I feel when going into certain matches. I get kind of confused. I don't know what's going on, and either I win or lose. That's just the name of the game. But Rat, what?
Hey,
Hmm?
I'd like to play devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
I think that the system's in place where your lesser characters get raised up, and you're fighting someone based on Tekken prowess are done to counteract smurfing.
I mean, yeah, you raise a point on that one, but still, it's just like, it's other games that kind of do that a little bit better. But
That's not going to stop smurfing, but I could see why you say that.
Yeah, because I mean, technically, since I'm on my Xbox, I'm kind of like slightly smurfing there. So, I mean, it is,
We got him, ladies and gentlemen. Harada, he's right here.
I mean, it's they're gonna beat my ass eventually when I get into like the greens and yellows. So it's like it's gonna be whatever. But still, I do enjoy the game for what it is. It is fun when it works, but when it doesn't, it is a pain in the ass. And I definitely think there needs to be some more adjustments to like connections and lag and all that other stuff. It's a work in progress still. Where Street Fighter is like. I don't think I had a really laggy match except one, and that was it. Whereas Tekken, I had a lot more than that.
I
But
think playing against PC players is kind of a problem because there's no benchmark on PC.
my brother hates them, so you guys are in the same boat. He turned the crossplay off immediately.
Like, I'll keep it on, but PC matches when the rig is not up to snuff, just they just take place at a water park.
Water park. Ronan, what about you? What is your online experience with Tekken 8 so far?
Well, I don't play ranks, so we'll get that out of the wind. So I usually just play with friends. So, but we're talking online matches with friends.
Yeah,
It's like
it could be that
you
too.
said, it's hit or miss because sometimes I was fighting with my friends. Sometimes we were playing a casual match, and next you know. And by the way, I'm using an Ethernet cable. By the way,
Same here.
and somehow get lag. And I'm like, how? I'm using an internet cable. This is weird. And I asked my friends, and like, are you guys using cables or Wi-Fi? I'm like, one of us is using cables, and the other one's using Wi-Fi. I'm like, all right. So if I had to say the rollback netcode, it works, and it doesn't. Also, curse you, Eureka. You could also curse you, Eureka. Why? Why did you do this? Because sometimes,
By the way,
I feel like, oh yes,
me and Bastion, we never got a proper fight other than that one time in one of our tournaments.
oh yeah, I
Harada's
remember
netcode
that.
is racist.
Yeah, I remember that. We were struggling just to get you to a match.
I don't know what the deal was with that in the lobbies where every
It's
time
racist. They cannot let Hispanics fight each other.
I remember having to surrender so many of my matches and pass my turn under the miracle that you two would be able to fight each other. It
Literally.
was insane. That would have never happened in any other fighting game that we would throw into the tournament pile.
Yep, that happened
Literally.
20 times, and I'm just like I don't think that the Harada god likes you too. So I was just like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, that's another identifiable problem is that sometimes the lobbies are very very miss with connecting players.
Well, I don't like him either right now. So, anyways,
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Oh,
we'll talk about it later.
I would say this though. Harada, do fix that, please. Come on. I know we're not supposed to ask you for shit and shut the fuck up, but we need you to fix this, like, immediately. If you want to add more characters and possibly Baki, which, by the way, I'm hoping for Tekken 8, please, Harada, give me Baki for Christ's sake! Fix this, please, because my friends is struggling to get a match in, and like I said, I don't play ranks, so I really wouldn't know how the ranks go. Because one, I'm not a tournament player. Two, I'm not trying to go with those sweaty ass people. And three, I don't play Tekken like that. I'm more of a Marvel guy anyway.
Well, you got the Hunter x Hunter game, right for you whenever that comes out. But
Trash.
damn.
and impact, mid impact.
I'm gonna be the optimistic one on this podcast, but we're
It's
gonna
okay. It's okay. Like I literally play like Dragon Ball Z Fighters, Marvel vs. Capcom, or anything like that, or Tekken for my casual fight. Like if I want to go online, but still, that's my experience with my online.
we're gonna move on to Nikki. Nikki, how do you feel about the online ranked and everything between that?
Well, I don't play online yet. I've only played against one person. That was like one of my friends from across the country, and our internet was fine. Like, it was a little bit laggy on his end. I feel like it was a little bit laggy on his end, but I'm not saying it as, like to mock his internet. It was more so I just think the netcode isn't really what it's supposed to be yet, or it just didn't feel like it was strong enough for us. Other than that, I really don't have too much of a comment because I don't have much experience.
Okay,
So that's pretty much it. I don't think the netcode's very good.
that's fair enough. Burn, you got any online experience with Tekken 8?
Not much. I will actually pass more on this question because I've mostly been playing Tekken 8 with a friend of mine by using Steam Remote Play, and we've been having fun with that. But yeah, and I haven't really gotten so much into the online, the active online of the game. So I will pass on this one.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What about you, Andre?
Like I said before, I'll make my answer really short. It's been 50-50 for me. Like, I remember one time, I can tell you besides that demote story, I honestly kept getting DQ'd so much in the game, and it's kind of funny because when I played Street Fighter 6 last year, I got DQ'd a couple times, but at least all the matches were pretty consistent. This game, I don't know, I just got DQ'd so much, and after a while, that's kind of why I like took a break from the game for a good period of time. It's like, when they fix the netcode and like the balance, I'll probably like play it more. But other than that, nah.
All right, we're moving on to the new characters of Tekken 8 and our personal opinions on them. I'm gonna go first with this one. So, Asiana or the coffee girl or whatever, I would prefer if she took a lighter, some fire, some gasoline, sprayed it all over her coochie and set it on fire, because it is one of the more annoying characters I think I ever fought in this game online. She pisses me off, so I don't have really good opinions on Asiana so far. As for Victor also could be very, very annoying, but he's cool. He looks cool. The sword and the gun, I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome looking, and the fact that he's French is they made a cool looking character there. I'm not gonna lie. So he has that cool factor, even though he gets on my nerves sometimes online. And Reina is, I honestly, everyone has said it before, but I think Reina's overrated. I'm not gonna lie, because it's just Mishima user, and I think there's just Mishimas out there that resonate with me a lot more better. Of course, I know it's a new character, gotta give her a chance, but it's just like, I just think she's very overrated, and I'm kind of glad that the meta, because she was at top for like a fucking while. I saw Reina's all over the place, and I'm kind of glad.
Yeah, then she got nerfed.
Yeah, after she got like nerfed, I'm glad that changed. I'm like, just scoot her out of here, please. Like, I do use her on occasion, but I have not gotten to like yellows with her, so it's just something where flavor of the month, I might pick her up once in a while, but not really like a mainstay character that I use over anyone else, really. So that's what I think of the 3 new characters. Of course, I do like the fact that she's tied to Heihachi, of course, Heihachi's daughter, where this man was just busting him out. He's beating cheeks all over the world, and he has all these fucking children. I'm just like, oh my god, dude. But yeah, that's the interesting side of her. But in terms of gameplay, I could just do without seeing her 24/7, which we don't anymore. We're gonna move on to Kaneki. What do you think of these 3 new characters so far?
Between Azucena, Victor, and Reina?
Yep.
Well, I do like Reina out of most, like compared to the other 2. She when you're the daughter of Heihachi, I mean, who I'm gonna be honest, who wasn't gonna pick her, right?
Same as
And
Lars.
her gameplay yeah, it's like Lars. They have similar, gameplay, but plays different. You gotta pick her up, and she was an interesting character for sure. I'm surprised she's still used to this day. Did they buff her? Did they like buff her, nerf her, or balance her just right? Because I feel like people was using her ever since the game launched, even in online. Um, Victor, I tried Victor. He's Noctis 2.0 because all you could do is mash one button and you do a combo. I'm gonna be honest here. He's a Noctis 2.0 character. And as for Xena, man, she was the meta character until they nerf her recently. Ooh, but I wish that was not the only character that they nerfed. But that's how I feel.
Rat, what about you? Out of these three, how do you feel about them new characters?
Yeah, let's just bullet point through them. Azucena fighting her is, how many feints do you want your character to have? And her designer said yes. Every time it seems like she's going to attack, she's like, no, just kidding, I'm gonna do a different attack. It's like, oh, she just shrugs her shoulders. So she is an insufferable 4-letter word to fight against when someone's really good with her. But she's nothing compared to Victor. Victor, to me, is the most try-hardy looking character that Tekken has ever produced, because you just take a look at his gear and it's like, no, my sword's going to be the most futuristic and my gear is going to be the most awesomest gear, and my moves are going to be the largest, most widest hitting moves, and everyone's going to love me. I can't stand Victor. I am perfectly fine with Reina. She fills a niche. She fills the female Mishima type that hasn't really gotten as much of a focus. I don't count Asuka. She's more of a Kazuma. She's her own thing at this point. But yeah, Reina's fine. Great addition. Clearly brought a few more eyes to the product. Did we mention Jun? Do people consider her to be new?
Well, I mean, it's technically old character, but it is surprise returning character, and honestly, I love playing as June. It's just something about her where I like her moveset a lot. Now, granted, maybe I'm biased because Tekken 2, she's my favorite character in that game, but in this one, she feels like great to play as. So I really enjoy playing as June, and seeing her design is also awesome.
Yeah. I do not play June, but I should at some point because her flashy move list kind of intrigues me. So that's it for the new characters.
Well, Ronan, how about you? What do you think of the new characters or any cool returning characters like June?
Well, I have to say this. Coffee Lady can eat a dick, by the way, because when does your combo fucking ends? And also, when they turn you to Shanghua. Victor. Yeah, even though I main the guy, I kind of admit, yeah, he's kind of a bit of a tryhard and kind of simple to play. Like Kaneki said, Noctis 2.0. But still fun to play, by the way. Still fun to play. Love his combos. Love his little nice Takemikazuchi sword. And everything else. But yeah, a little tryhardy. I can admit, as a Victor main, that is a bit tryhardy. Reina, however, I was shocked and confused to find out this woman was Heihachi's long lost daughter. And can we talk about her the ending of the story mode, by the way?
We're about to get on the story mode question, so I would say save it for later. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, save it for later.
So okay, I will not explain that. I will tell you on that next question. But Reina, fun character, by the way. Yeah, I'm actually glad she got nerfed because even though I do play her, fighting against her is a fucking nightmare. But still, it's really fun to have a female Mishima. Also, I actually like her better than her father, by the way. Yeah, shot fired. It's still, yeah, Reina is also a good character in my opinion. So, also, quick question: does that make Reina Lars's half sister or blood sister?
Rad analysis.
Half sister. Well, wait, do we know who Reina's mother is?
I don't think so.
No.
But it would most likely be half because whomever Lars's mother is not Reina's mother.
I feel
Okay.
like Reina is an Ayane situation where the less you know, the better.
No,
God,
Please
no.
no. Please
not.
no.
No.
Let's not go with that. Let's not go with that. Let's not go with that.
Don't make
The
don't make her
only
to
way
a
we would
DOA.
talk- well, I'll mention it later.
Look,
Don't make
So
her
I
to a
would say
DOA
this,
6 situation for the love of the Lord.
let's just
That
say
was a DOA 2 situation. I'm sorry.
let's throw her and Raito into a volcano, and I'm pretty sure everyone will be sort of satisfied. We'll be 50-50, even split. I'm kidding.
I'd be
Yeah,
okay with that.
Also, comment.
That'd be
Also,
fine.
side comment. I really love how Rin, when we were having that tournament, they're all complaining that she had no ass.
Well, who
She
did
doesn't.
Wait,
Raina?
what?
No, someone on Twitter was literally complaining about Reina not having an ass. And I'm like,
She doesn't. She's flat.
I know, and I'm just saying, like, why are you complaining about that?
Look, my
She's like 15 years
Isn't
old,
she
my
like a
dude.
teenager?
look,
Is
Like,
she
that's
young?
so fucking weird.
the bottom of my fist has like more ass than Raina, so I don't know what people are talking about on Twitter.
Anyway, that's all I can say.
Also,
Victor good, Reina good.
also, isn't she underage?
Well,
Yeah, and also said that.
well, them people on Twitter
I
like,
believe she's of age.
okay,
18
Oh,
or 19.
fair
probably.
game. Fair game.
Probably 19.
So yeah. So if I had to say my opinions on 3 new characters, Reina, fun. Love to see you again. Victor, would like to see you again, but kind of nerf your damage a little bit. Coffee Lady, please go away and never come back. Also, you're the only character with a bikini picture. I mean, bikini skin. What the hell?
Costume.
Costume. I'm sorry.
he's fapping for that one, but yeah.
Well,
So
no.
Sidebar to Ronan, for now, the only bikini character so far.
Thank you, Rad.
until DLC, which we know is gonna happen. But anywho,
Ren's gonna fap the
Anyway,
GTA 6 with the
Absolutely.
bikini ladies.
Any person, by the way?
absolutely not. But
That's a damn lie.
we're moving on to Nikki. So Nikki, what do you think of the 3 new characters so far?
Okay, let me see if I can get this right. Estoy reina de café.
Oh, please no.
Oh boy.
Good one.
Freaking stand her, Jesus Christ! And I hate coffee to begin with, so to have some like MMA coffee queen maniac coming at me like at all directions is like a friggin' nightmare. Victor. Okay, look, we have android robots, we have punching kangaroos, fighting bears, whatever Mokujin was. But out of all that, somehow I feel like Victor still doesn't have a place in Tekken. Because I'm like, what the hell are you? Like, you have weapons out the ass, you're like a French John Wick, or whatever, and you're like someone had said like Noctis 2.0 or so. Like, it just feels like he is a Soul Calibur character. Straight up what a Soul Calibur character should be. And I know we have like Yoshimitsu already, so it's not like a sword fighter is anything new to Tekken, but just for some reason Victor just feels like he's still so out of place. Reina, I get what they were doing because I do remember a Twitter conversation where they were saying that they don't have a crazy chick in Tekken yet. They're like, everyone, like, you know, we don't have too many evil, like, quote unquote evil bad girls in Tekken. Like, Nina Williams doesn't count. She's an assassin who looks out for herself, but she has a noble cause sometimes. The parts where she saves Steve Fox's life without even her realizing it. And if I remember, I can't remember if this was like fan fiction or anything, but the when Anna had her fiance in Tekken 7 and Nina killed the fiance, if I remember, the fiance was actually an assassin who was either trying to kill Anna or trying to kill Steve. But so they were saying like no one's really evil, no one's really like crazy until they finally added Reina in there, who's, you know, fits the trope of, oh, I'm the evil big bad's daughter, you know, I'm that trope, or we finally have our own jury now. But who knows? I mean, I would say the three of them are kind of forgettable. Just like how, we had Josie, we had Katarina in as the new characters, Gaius in Tekken 7. Even they were forgettable. Like, so these guys, I think these three are just going to end up becoming forgettable as well. It's like none of them. I don't see any of them coming back for Tekken 9. Actually, no, that's a lie. Reina is the only one I see coming back for Tekken 9. They're just gonna throw Victor and Azucena to the into the void for the next game.
Oh, so they can join Lucky Chloe.
Damn. Well, he said it,
Mhm.
I
not
welcome
me.
that. I welcome that. I
Lucky
welcome that.
Chloe,
I welcome that.
Lydia, what the hell's the name of the big MMA guy from
Akuram.
Marta?
Yeah.
Oh,
The guy.
Fakuram, because I hate fighting him. So yeah.
Oh, you mean Ulterior God?
No, god
I don't
damn it.
even remember what his name was. Any of these newcomers to Tekken 7? Who the hell are they? They're thrown into the void too.
Listen, Ren, that's the only way he was playable in the Tekken 7 PC version. You had to add that LTG voice mod for him.
This motherfucker is garbage!
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
Why?
Only one. I'll do it only one time.
I'm glad that you actually have
you
that
could
sound.
LTG
Amazing.
for the podcast. That's awesome.
That'd be amazing, guys. How many times did you plug on Tekken? I don't know. Stay tuned.
Literally, leave me alone.
But Mr. Byrne,
I gotta respect that.
damn it. but,
Look at that. I gotta respect that.
but Mr. Byrne, how about your experience with these three characters so far? How do you feel about Asuena, Victor, and Reina?
Oh wait, that was me.
Yes, those you.
Sorry. For the characters, I did a joke at the beginning saying that I'm Azucena's #1 fan, and mostly a joke. I'm actually not a main Azucena, but I like her design. I like the kind of vibe that she brings, and she has some really cool mixes. Like I like that. Victor is really strong, and that's actually an interesting thing for a character like that. Like I would have expected that he would have been a little bit more nerfed, maybe. But no, he actually has some couple of cool things. His design is amazing. Like I actually did a custom suit for him, which is just John Wick, and that's amazing. I love that you can do that. And Victor is like a really cool character, but Reina is my main, and Reina is I love her. I love the way that she controls. I don't know how to fight against her, but I know how to fight with her. So I need to learn some stuff. But what I like about Reina, at least in this case, I'm gonna focus mostly on her, is all of the possibilities that you have to do, or well, that you have at your service when you're using her. Like you have Sentai, you have God Step, you have God's Great, you have everything else like that that helps a lot to do like whips and throws, punish. She really is a really technical character that offers a lot of options for different playstyles. It's a really cool character. She, I will maybe say that Reina is actually a character that is really good for starting players because with the many options that she has, you can play in a more simple and more calm way, or you can actually try and do like more of the crazy shit that you can do in Taken. So all of those three new characters are amazing. I'm loving every single one of them. Just like seeing all the things that they can do is extremely crazy.
Now we're moving on to Mr. Andre. Andre, what do you think of these three new characters so far?
To be honest, I'm really 50. I'm 50-50 on them. I like Victor's look, but I hate his play style. I think it just looks really stupid. After fighting him so many times, I ended up like really hating the character. Azucena, she's pretty annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I do like playing her, but I can see where everyone's coming from. Reina, I don't know. I like Reina's play style, but I just don't really care for her as a character. Like, I think maybe in Tekken 9, if they like add more to her, like develop her character a bit more. But other than that, I'm like 50-50 on the newcomers. I don't hate them. I don't like but I'm not like huge on them either. I mean, I'd say they're serviceable for what they are.
Speaking of newcomers, we had to do this one. Question number 5, since he just came out, what do you think of the recent DLC edition with Eddie Gordo, and what should they do with future Tekken DLC characters that you want or patches? Rad, I'm gonna let you go first.
Do you know how many Eddies I've run into in ranked ever since that patch dropped?
Oh, I know. It's been millions of them. He has to be up there in terms of meta because he just came out.
To the contrary, in ranked, I'm orange ranked. I just got there a couple weeks ago. Goose egg. I have seen 0 Eddies. So unfortunately, I can't comment on him since I couldn't care less about playing him.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you've got to get your capo character, and Eddie should have been on the base roster. I'm just telling you that right now. Why does this man keep getting screwed? Like, he hasn't been screwed this hard since Tekken 7.
Wait, so on Tekken 7 he was also DLC?
I was more referring to his story.
Oh, yeah.
You forgot.
Yeah, I didn't play much of I don't remember much of Tekken 7's story and him in it, but I guess it was non-existent.
I will not dare to imitate her voice, or that everyone in the podcast here does not die of cringe, but you forgot.
No!
Lucky.
I saw it! Oh my god. He got beat by Lucky Chloe. I just want to dunk my head some water.
Twice! First he got trolled by Lucky Chloe in his own ending. Then in Lucky Chloe's ending, he's forced to dance alongside her.
Oh, what have you done to this character? Remember when he was like hardcore, an assassin? He's trying to find his master or whatever. Then he's gonna go after Kazuya. Then he starts working for him, and now it's like reduce the joke character status. That reminds me of what they did with Paul Phoenix, but I'm not gonna go there. Yeah, I just don't really have any sort of care for Eddie Gordo as a character anymore, considering this story that I'm being told about Tekken 7. And honestly, gameplay wise, look, I never like Eddie as a character, because guess what people eat for breakfast? They eat X and they eat circle.
So I saw an article that showed there's a streamer out there who is pulling Eddie in ranked, and all he's doing is pressing 3 over and over. Not 1, not 2, not 4. His only attack button is 3. Do you know where that streamer got as of the time that article was published?
How far did he get?
Orange rank.
That's fucking unbelievable.
Same place I'm at.
You're kidding, right?
No, dead serious. I'll post the article.
Oh man.
I just saw it too. Yeah, I was like, "What in the hell?" Didn't they say he was cheating though, and like using a machine or something?
There's also
Tekken now. Oh no! Oh, sorry. Sorry to interrupt. Now Tekken has his own Neo Tiger. If you remember him.
There's also the supposed, like, and people are saying because he was at it, is some sidestep glitch or whatever. I don't have much information on it, but I did hear people say this, that they said they're not really too fond of this patch or fighting the character. Personally, like I said, I just really don't like Eddie, so I don't have like a lot of opinions on this in terms of gameplay and story wise. When he was getting interesting, they kind of fucked him over, so that's kind of how I feel about it. Let's move on to Miss Nikki. What do you feel about Eddie, and is there any subsequent character that they should add for DLC?
Well, I know one person who's happy about Eddie Gordo coming back, and that was my Capoeira Mestre. I know he's very, very happy because, sure enough, he plays Eddie. He was my Capoeira professor. So we didn't call him professor, we called him Mestre, but he was happy. He was a Eddie player, and I do really like how they did the when he does his special art. Like he comes out with the Battle Bow, and then they did the Hoda when he does his rage art. So that's pretty cool. I like how they went into the whole capoeira with him. But I feel like if they were adding June to this game, that they were kind of going legacy with this one, I think this would have been the perfect opportunity to bring Christy back. The only problem is, as they're saying, it kind of makes Christy obsolete because, you know, they're going with the whole South American Latina bombshell design. Yeah, I guess it kind of wouldn't make sense to have both Azucena and Christy on the same roster. But
By the way, shoutouts to Tekken introducing a Peruvian fighting game character. Not a lot of characters that can make that claim.
Oh yeah,
Exactly,
that's pretty awesome.
I mean, but like I said, I think this would have been the perfect opportunity to bring Christy back. But now that Eddie's in, you know, forget about her. The one character who I would really like to see in this game is Roger Jr. I think that would be just friggin' nuts. No, obviously I want Lei Wulong back. You know, I think reducing Lei Wulong to DLC is just completely asinine. Like, first off, you get rid of all his character relationships. Like, he doesn't even interact with Brian Fury anymore. And, I think he didn't even interact with Nina either. I think the only character he had, interacted with in Tekken 7 was Lucky Chloe. Like, they kind of went off his, Tekken, was it 5 or was it 6 story, where he was either discharged or let go by the by Interpol because he was just too depressed to do his job. And then I think after that he kind of got rejuvenated once he started seeing Lucky Chloe in concert or heard her music or so, and was like a fanboy following her all over the world. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of an angle I don't want to see Lei Wulong, because he's like, you're kind of playing off the stereotypical 50-year-old creepy Asian single guy chasing after the little blonde idol, like, who was presumably underage or just barely over the line. I'm like, can we kind of not do that stereotype? Can we kind of not do that trope? It's really creepy. Like, otherwise, I think Michelle would be interesting to bring back if we're bringing back older characters. I don't see that happening, but I think Bruce would be pretty cool too.
I agree, yeah. I think Bruce would be a nice pick.
You know, someone made that into an April Fool's joke, and I'm just like, dude, I want to shoot you in the kneecaps already. I love Bruce from Tekken 2. He would be a great addition to this game.
Oh, Bruce would be awesome.
I was gonna say something on my head, but I forgot. There was something about Eddie I wanted to mention, but as we all pointed out, the guy with the Eddie avatar is Vanquisher, so there is that in the building. As for extra characters that they could bring back to return, I don't know. I would say Lei Wulong, it sucks that he's DLC, but he is a character I played with a lot in Tekken 2, so he would be cool coming back. I can't really think of any guest characters other than, I know it's not gonna happen, but I think some sort of Mitsurugi style like fighter would be interesting. The first thing that I kind of had on my mind, and I know they're not gonna do it, is Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima. I think he'd be cool as a fighting game character. Tekken would be a cool place to put him, but exclusive PlayStation character. I'm not sure if they're gonna want to go through all that again, but I don't know. It all depends on sort of what happens with these guest characters that they implement. I know everyone is still screaming about Kiryu to their lungs, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's
not who people are screaming about anymore.
Who are they screaming about now?
Tifa.
Oh, well, it makes the most sense. Like,
Jesus fucking Christ.
It makes a universe of sense. Rebirth is hot. Tifa is a fighting game character in an RPG.
And you used Final Fantasy before, so it's like, go figure, right? And Nikki's like super pissed about that. But I mean, it makes sense character wise. I guess if they did another Final Fantasy rep, we might see something like that. And don't be afraid to experiment with like some weird quirky stuff. Not too weird, like Negan from Walking Dead. That's as much as I like that character, I don't think that was in my playbook, or neither did I want it. But you could just experiment a little, see what you can get. You see how MK is doing it with invincible characters, and so maybe you can reel some stuff here or there. That'd be fascinating, actually.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Hmm?
I think that since Negan is still there in Tekken 7, you should probably play that game while it lasts. Because if Namco loses the license to him, which is very likely,
Then he's
bye-bye
gonna get.
Tekken 7,
Oh, that's also, well.
just like MK9.
I can totally see that happening. Yeah, and maybe like some Sega characters too. Virtual Fighter was
Like-
also
like
mentioned.
you can have your guest characters, but
Yeah.
make sure you get them on, let's say, a long-term contract.
Oh, you know, it'd be perfect for Tekken 8.
Just bring Sarah and we're good. What?
Ichiban. I think Ichiban would actually be good for Tekken.
Well, he actually, he has equal rights and equal lefts, so he can definitely say, oh, it's not a Kiryu thing. I can hit girls, no problem. But
Nigeria's cancer in 8. Sorry to interrupt, but
he can use that as like a superpower, super move. But yeah, it's just get wacky with it, but also, like Rad said, make sure you have like licensing in the long term, because you don't want to lose any of these characters. You don't want to have a Freddy Krueger situation like MK9. Who else did not go yet? You know what, Burn, how about you? What do you feel about Eddie so far, and any other characters you like to see, guest characters or returning from Tekken?
I will say the same thing as the previous question. I will probably pass on this one because I'm not really so well versed into Tekken universe. Although I will say that having, what was his name? Having gone, the little cartoon dinosaur, back in Tekken, that will be pretty fucking funny. That's the only thing I'm gonna say.
I will jump off the side of a cliff if he came back. Because if you don't know, Gon kind of is the reason why Tekken 3 is not on digital storefronts, because of licensing.
Because of the rights and everything. Yeah, I would suppose.
Yeah. So, Kaneki, how you feel about Gon? Tell us your opinions on this.
Oh, your favorite character? How is it, man?
Fuck, no, absolutely not.
That's your goal.
Absolutely not.
Look,
Yes.
I'm just saying that Harada has the chance to do the fucking funniest thing ever.
Look, just bring back like Alex or something and put him in a jersey. I want to see that dinosaur with glasses and everything. But how do you feel about Eddie so far, Kaneki, and any other characters you want to see possibly in Tekken 8?
I want Eddie removed out of the game immediately. I want my Harada. Okay.
Oh my god, yeah, that's kind of how I feel when fighting him. It's just like I can't stand it, dude.
Also for you said for future Tekken DLC characters.
Yep.
People wanted Tifa. Maybe Axel Stone from Streets of Rage.
I go with that. Or any of those characters, they would probably feel really good in Tekken.
I still don't like the idea that we're doing legacy characters behind DLCs again. Although that's not the only company that still does it. Hi, Street Fighter, Kuma. Oh man.
Still mad about that.
Viking,
Second
Guilty
game
Gear.
in a row.
Oh, I'm salty about Akuma being
Viking
DLC.
again, a Guilty Gear Strive. Hello.
Rock Howard.
Rock Howard. Although they stopped that, but he did that twice. But yeah, I can only think of guest characters because I will never understand of legacy characters locked behind paywalls.
Plus,
That's
Tekken 8
stupid.
launched with 32 characters. Do you think that's enough characters? This
No.
is the safest fighting game franchise in terms of roster. There's a high
No.
chance your favorite is going to be there on day one. And if not, well, there's 32 other characters for you to learn.
And about 32 season passes later, because I know they're gonna do multiple like tiers and years. This is gonna be supported in the long haul. Ronan, did you go already on this question?
I did not.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on Eddie and any future additions of DLC characters, etc.?
Ooh boy, get ready for your Ronin rage moments. But I'm going to make this simple and clean. Fuck Eddie Gordo. How dare you replace Kazuya on the title screen? What the hell is wrong with you? Why do you exist? I would prefer your cousin, relative, student. What is Christine Montero's relationship with Eddie?
I think that's a student.
Student? Okay. I would prefer her. If I had to say some like returning characters, it will be Bruce Irving. Please bring him back because Fakuram can never be Bruce. I miss playing with Bruce.
Sidebar, Christie's relation is that she's the granddaughter of Eddie's master.
Okay, thank you. Bruce, Lei Wulong, and I kind of agree with Nikki. Please do not make him that creepy old man obsessed with a pop idol. Please do not, because that is never. One, he was inspired by Jackie Chan. Second, he's not a creep. Please do not do that. For guest characters, everyone, I'm surprised no one ever mentioned Yagami from Lost Judgment.
That'd be cool. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, Yagami for Lost Judgment. Akira from for Virtual Fire, yes. Rock Howard. Baki, I'm just saying Baki for the longest time, or Yujiro. And okay. I know everyone's probably gonna murder me for this question, but this is like I had like epiphany of this. What if the final DLC character of Tekken was Naruto Uzumaki? And go with me on this.
That'd be interesting.
Rand, you can kick him out of the podcast, Captain.
I have the exact opposite. I'm not going with you. This is where I get off. Bye.
No. This is a joke. I'm not really serious about this.
Wait. Let him cook.
Wait. I'm just joking about this. What if the last DLC character is a guest character, is Naruto Uzumaki because Lars was in Naruto?
I mean, I guess it's a little playful crossover if they did do it, but
I mean, you gotta admit, Lars have a lightning blade special, so you gotta admit.
You about to see OP-ness in game form with him turning into. Go ahead.
I would ask for my $60. No, not $60. How much I paid for? $110. I would ask for that immediately.
I'm gonna say something. The fact that you said that Lars was actually in a Naruto game took me like extremely off guard. I searched quickly for that, and I just got like instant whiplash from seeing like this. So I'm like, wow, that's like the most unexpected thing ever.
It's weird,
and it will be
isn't
the
it?
funniest. It will be the funniest thing ever. Actually,
Like,
I'm with you on that. That would be amazing.
Man.
I would laugh so hard if Naruto was like one of the final guest characters in Tekken 8. Clive, and everyone was asking for Clive for some odd reason, which is like, why? Why do you
Still
want
better than Naruto for guest character.
He's been in Soul Calibur more. That's what Rad said, which I agree.
Yeah,
I would disagree on that.
I don't know. I think Clive belongs more in Soul Calibur than Tekken.
Clyde would fit in something like if SNK wants to do, I don't know, like the Last Blade 3, but niche for IP, not gonna happen.
Yeah. I would just that's my thing. So hoping for Lei Wulong and Bruce Irving, please Sarada, bring them back, and Baki as a guest character, or Rock Howard, or Akira, or Yagami. I'm still like, if that ever happens, like, I'm not jinxing it. Oh, by the way, I know we're live right now. If this ever happens, all of you have every single right to roast me. Every single right to punch me in the face.
I I think Clive is like, if he was in the game, you just get fucked in the ass by like econs or something. I just vivid imagination, but that's the first thing that's going to happen. So I don't know. I
Noctis 3.0.
well,
I haven't
Yep.
knocked this dude. Like, you have to deal with Ifrit, like Titan, Ramu, all of his abilities. Like,
Odin and everything else.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So that's all I can say right there.
Imagine
And
them adding guts or something in the game.
oh, that'd be so
Oh
awesome.
no!
Now,
no.
guts, however, wait a minute.
You
Every
might
day-
be cooking there. She actually might be cooking.
The bias might be
Guts-
real on it because
Guts
Guts and
more in Soul
Tekken.
Calibur. I see Guts more in Soul Calibur or Mortal Kombat, not Tekken.
I
No,
mean,
not in Mortal Kombat. No.
it's like we had enough sword users. I'm fucking tired of Kenshi. I'll just get him out of there.
I get the petition to put
You
Chun-Li in
leave
Tekken.
my man Kenshi alone.
Please.
What'd you say, Rat?
Can I start the petition to get Chun-Li into Tekken now that I think about it?
That'd be cool.
Please.
Do it.
Please.
That'd be
That's another
perfect.
character I was
That'd be
going to say, by
awesome.
the way.
It'd
Dude,
be
like,
perfect
it'd be
for Tekken.
amazing.
Akuma was
Tekken.
fine, but
That's it.
Chun-Li would be much finer.
Berserk is more dark than Mortal Kombat. He would not fit in the setting of Mortal Kombat.
Damn. But well, I mean, considering it's more dark, it is true. But
You remember how he was born?
I-
Enough said.
I do, and I don't think I need to
I
say it
do.
on there because that's like a little bit adult AO rated. So,
Yeah, that's not.
on
Actually, I just thought of something before we move on to the next question.
Mhm.
I totally didn't even mention Ryu Hayabusa.
I mean, it's par for the course, Mr. Ninja Man. I don't know how their relationship is with like Koei Tecmo. Is the relationship between them and Namco good, or I'm not even
I
sure.
don't know. Like Harada's relationship with the DOA guys is pretty good, but you have to get through Koei Tecmo. And
Yeah,
Koei Tecmo is like really protective of their
So kind of like Nintendo with their IPs.
yeah, I want to say. I mean, they don't mind. They didn't mind putting like Hayabusa in the Warriors games, but that's their own their own
That's-
thing.
Yeah, because that's the wrong game.
Right. So, but honestly, I think if they were approached, actually, no, they do have a good relationship. I'm sorry because Sophia was in Warriors Orochi 3.
Oh well, there you go.
Now that I
there you go.
remember, she was in Ultimate 3. So I could see kind of something going on if they really did want to add Hayabusa in there. They probably could get with Koei Tecmo, maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't see why not. And it's not like the Warrior series is really doing anything right now, and it's not like Ninja Gaiden's doing anything right now. And it's
Nah,
not like DOA is doing anything right now, so
Nah, they're too busy with Rise of the Ronin.
right.
But
Or
I'm right here, though.
yeah, I mean, or you deal with that reboot notion that never came true in the first place. I remember that shit.
Well, nobody is steering the ship at Team Ninja.
That's true. Yeah, you said Hayashi's
I
like
got
gone.
Hayashi's
What are you
gone.
gonna do with Neo 3? The story's over, man.
Yeah, but again, that whole reboot thing was all but smoke and mirrors, nothing but a rumor.
Well, I don't know. I don't think the story concluded entirely. They could have just said, "All right, well, we could do one more." But
Yeah.
no, they can't. They don't do that, or they're not going to do Ninja Gaiden 4. So
Or if they want to go really nuts, they could add Lubu in this game. I don't know what he would do, but it would just be crazy.
Just him swinging a Naginata around and literally just fucking everybody up with that thing.
But fucking,
Right, just hitting everybody with the halberd and
People would be so broken, man. Like, you
What?
just do endless combo strings.
Put
who
Assure
was the-
in a fighting game, finally. Come on, man.
Wait, you said Asura?
Yeah.
I'll put him in
Ooh.
Street Fighter, not in Tekken.
yeah, Street Fighter. Him fighting
Or Marvel
Akuma would be
vs.
pretty
Capcom.
sweet.
Hey,
Or
Akuma,
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Akuma
Hey,
came
SR
over.
needs a rematch. Let's go.
Akuma
Oh,
came
they
over
should-
from Street Fighter, and then he went to like Tekken. So anything's possible in Capcom
Their
characters.
fight never concluded. It tied, and then they come back a statue still fight. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No.
They
That'd be
literally
really-
ended their fight on a stalemate.
Yeah. It'd be a really crazy pick in Tekken. Gene from God Hand.
Yeah, that'd also be cool too. But Andre, did you have any other like additional opinions on this question, Eddie Gordo?
Eddie's alright. I mean, he's okay. I don't hate Eddie as a character. I mean, I just use him for like mess around. do like more DLC characters for Tekken. I'll be honest. I think we were talking about all those guest characters. I was like, I think you pretty much said everything I need to say. But I would like to see Lydia come back. I also would really like to see Mokujin. Mokujin, it skipped 7 in this game, and I think it'd be kind of neat to see Mokujin like copying everyone's fighting styles.
Bring back the combats.
Oh, that'd be cool too. Yeah, I think combat would be. I think combat's possible considering Lee's in the roster. I can see that.
He's also part of the argument of I don't like legacy characters as DLC.
Oh shit.
Mm.
Well, we'll see what happens. We fired him off with a machine gun with the guest characters, but honestly, just I would say just make them cool, make them relevant, you know, balance them, and I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. I think it's gonna be a mixture of like returning characters, even though people hate the legacy character thing. It's gonna be them and one new character, so they can sort of propagate them to the next game, and then it's gonna be one guest character. So that's kind of how I think they're gonna do it. But we're moving on to the next question. This is relatively simple. Who's your favorite character to fight with, and who's your least favorite character on the roster when you go head to head? I'm gonna go really quickly. So everyone knows I like fighting with Lee Chalan. I think he's, you know, great. You know, his combos and everything. I guess if I had a runner up, it would be Jin. I'm liking what they did to him in this game in terms of offense and how he does like these sort of moves where he can flip people in the air, and he's a lot more versatile with combos. People I hate fighting against, I'm going to say Alciana. I don't like fighting this character whatsoever. Each and every single fucking time I want to rip my hair out. And the runner up to that would be, it's a mashup between Kings or Lars. Yes. I don't like Kings because guess what they're gonna try to do when they get close to you? They're going to grab. And you will get death rolled, and I hate it because they do it every goddamn match, and it's annoying.
You know what's funny? Kings was worse when the game launched, when they fixed the online.
So he got nerfed?
Well, I don't know nerfs, but I remember people playing more of King when it was launched, and then even post launch before Eddie even came out. He was one of the meta characters, for sure.
And everyone knows Lars is like low combo. He's gonna get you into, you know, those strings and do all this weird finicky looking crazy shit. I mean, I'll give him credit. He's a very cool looking character, and I've seen people play as him, but they look like Super Saiyan Blues. And I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome. The Goku look.
He's the Goku.
Yeah, the Goku look is really like fit, but the moveset.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I feel personally attacked therein.
I'm sorry, man. I just don't like fighting Lars online, but at least it's an honorable mention as opposed to the character I really don't like, which is Asiana. I think that coffee bitch can go burn, honestly.
Man, y'all really hating this character. Is she like killed your family?
Yes, she has. My dog is dead because she killed it.
What kind of war crime did she commit for you to hate her like that? Like, man.
Yeah, I just don't like fighting
she just
her
likes coffee.
It's cool if people like her. I think that's fine, but me fighting her personally, it's just like, yeah, I know I'm gonna have a bad time. But that's my characters done. What about you, Rad? What is your favorite, least favorite?
Favorite's Elisa. She's been my boo since 6. The moves she got in 8 are incredible, especially her new dual boot move where she dashes forward, whips out her dual blade, and chops the opponent in half. It is such a viscerally satisfying move to pull off despite how telegraphed it is. She has gotten better with every game, and 8 is no exception. I can't stand fighting King, because I feel King gets rewarded way too frequently, because this is honestly the game where being able to get out of grabs is not as easy as it sounds.
Well,
actually, I recently got fucked up by a Nina, and Nina used to be my old main. I don't even recognize her anymore, so whenever I fight her, I'm just like, what new thing are you going to kill me with now?
I think I only got out of the death roll like twice. Anything else is like it just happened. It's like I'm just gonna let this happen. These things happen. You roll around on the ground and you get like your life taken away to like 90%. Just sort of take it all in.
Yeah, it's strange. It's strange to have me say these things about Nina because I remember being really hyped when she was first revealed. It's like you gave her dual pistols. That's not fair. That's too cool. I want to play that character. And then the problem is you brought back characters I actually play, like Elisa and Lily, as if they were going anywhere. But yeah, that's favorite to least favorite, truncated, if you will.
What about you, Kaneki?
What's up?
What about you for favorite characters to play as and least favorite character to fight?
Well, my favorite character is usually to fight as. I gotta go with the homie Kazuya. I know he's the villain. He's the big bad boy who wants to take over the world and why not, right? But I like Kazuya. I grew up with him since. Well, I didn't play Tekken 1, but Tekken 2. You just know he was going to be that guy, no matter if he was a hero, anti-hero, or a villain. Which in this role, he's better portrayed as a villain, and they went with it. But yeah, he's the go-to for me in Tekken 8. Even though he's not as complicated as people say, like to play as him doing the combos in previous entries. But I kind of like this change for Tekken 8. Makes it easier. And then you want to do the ridiculous combos, you just, extend it. Least character to fight against. King is definitely one of them. Oh boy. Like I said, since post-launch and since when they fixed the netcode online day one, King was nothing but a menace to Tekken's 8 online society. You have no idea. Like besides the roll grab and all that, he can also do what is that fucking move? I forgot. He could do so many moves. He does like that 10 grab string where he could just take away all your life in one move. One string. That's it. Including with the Cesaro swing. Another character that I don't like fighting against is obviously Eddie, which he needs to get out of this game already. I don't know why you couldn't even replace him with Christie at least, because it'll be more attractive if you replace him with Christie or a better character. There is a third character, but I forgot who that I don't like fighting against. But I'll come back to that.
All right, so Nikki, it is your turn. Characters that you like and dislike fighting online.
Well, I've been playing with Lee Shaolan since God, I want to say at least Tekken. Which is the one where he had the jeans and the leather jacket or the leather vest? Was that 2? Or was that 4? No, 4. He was Violet.
Yeah, he's Violet, so he had the purple hair going on.
Right. So must have been 3.
5.
I feel like it must have been 3 then, because that was the first game that I. No,
Lee wasn't in Tekken 3.
he wasn't in 3. It had to have been 5 then.
It's 5.
5 was the one with that outfit, right?
Yes.
I think, because I'm trying to remember what year did that come out, like 2002?
No, Tekken 5 was like, I think it was close to like 2005, wasn't it?
Hold on. I believe you're right, but I gotta Google it. Tekken 4 was 2001.
And then Tekken
Okay.
5 was like near 2005.
Probably. So that anyway, that was probably when I started playing late, because I remember when I first played Tekken, I was playing martial law because I liked Fei Long, so I went to play someone like him. And then when I played Tekken 5, I played Lee Shaolan. And then I played Lee in every single subsequent Tekken game. He's my favorite character. And then Ho Rong, I played with him a lot also. I've been playing him since 4. And So I usually went in a tandem between them two, but then I call it my little Tekken, my Tekken carousel, because I go through Lee, I go through Horong, I go through Lars, I go through Steve, and then I go to Brian, and then I just kind of go through all them, and then I started going through Lei Wulong also. Which is why I'm not very good at Tekken, because I can't decide on which one of those guys I want to play. I like them all, and I can't play with all of them. Like,
Oh,
I'm not that good at Tekken to be good with all of them. But then I'm thinking, why not? Why not do it?
actually, Tekken 5 released in 2004 as an arcade. For PS2, it came out in 2005.
Okay, because I remember being in Atlantic City playing Tekken 5 when I wasn't old enough to go into the casino. Me and my friends went to the arcade and then played Tekken 5.
Yep, 2005 was the console release.
Right. Mm-hmm. So that's usually my thing. I'll carousel between Lee, Harong, Steve, Lars, and Brian. And if they add Lei Wulong, I'll probably go through him too. The character I hate playing up against is Lily. I never know what the fuck she's gonna do. And the thing is, like, her little, if you want to call it snake edge or so, it has like a long reach and she's slow with it. So I'm thinking, like, I should know when she's gonna do it because she gives me enough time to react. I never react to it. She'll do her slow ass snake edge, and I'll just stand there like a freaking dummy, like, oh, did I just get snake edged again? Or she'll do her little handstand kick, or she'll do her little sidestep. I don't know what the fuck Lily's gonna do to me every time I play against her, and I just freeze up. I can't even react to it. She's one of those characters where it's like Guile for me, or Sub-Zero, where I'll just stand there like, oh, I think I know exactly what to do against them, and I just don't do it. Eddie Gordo, I hate fighting against him too. Azucena, I don't like fighting against her either. Victor, I have PTSD from Victor right now. When I played against my friend online and he kicked my ass like 15 times out of 16. Who else? Probably about it right now.
Sorry to bring this up, Nikki. So you must be sick of hearing like "Bon appetit."
You know what? I was not playing with the volume on. I had my own music on in the background.
Excellent.
Exactly.
No. It's now marvelous.
Oh yeah, it's marvelous now.
Oh no, they changed that.
Marvelous. Mm-hmm.
They could have kept the excellent at least. That's Smiley. That's how I know him.
Exactly, because like his voice actor, and I know he's a famous voice actor, and I swear I can't remember what his name is on the top of my head right now. But he uses like catchphrases for some of the characters that he voices. Because I know for Lee he had Mauve, or no, now it's Marvelous. Like he was doing
Excellent.
Excellent. He was doing that when he changed his voice to Sima Yi in Dynasty Warriors. It was the laughter. When he was voicing Motochika Chosakabe was Yoto, which was excellent. What they should have done with that character is make him say excellent, just like Li Xiaolan. Like I would have fangirled with that. But I don't know why they moved it to Marvelous instead.
Oh, I was gonna say, Nikki. Fun fact:
Mhm.
Lee Xiaolan's voice actor, is Byakuya Kuchiki from Bleach and Zero
Yeah.
from Mega Man X.
Mhm.
Mega Man X.
That would explain it.
Yep, he's Zero. He voices like 4 or 5 Warriors characters. And I just found out recently that he
And
was.
Toriko.
I'm sorry. Who?
And
He voices Toriko?
yeah, he's Toriko. He's Toriko, Zero, Byakuya Kuchiki. If you ever heard of Sunoku Basara, he's Hideyoshi Toyotomi. What else is there? What else's voices he has?
He's
man.
I think he was Tiger Eye in Sailor Moon.
Yes, you are
And
correct.
it's funny because like I never saw season 4 in Japanese, so like when I first saw one of the episodes in of season 4 in Japanese, I was listening to him talk. I'm like, hold on, that's Lee Xiaolan. like, I know that voice.
I'm surprised he didn't voice Thompson Go Basara. What's that dude's name? Masamune.
No, that wasn't. No, that's
No, that's
Zoro.
someone else.
Zoro.
Yeah, that's Zoro's voice.
That's rightfully Zoro.
Where he does the English too. Are you
And
ready,
English,
guys?
Zoro's
Let's
Let's
party! This man
Zoro's
wants to
Japanese
party.
is Jin from Ghosts. Actually, funny enough.
Oh, they could bring him to Soul Calibur with that English. That'll be better.
Dante Masamune.
Yes.
Let's party!
Oh, dude, I would lose my pants
Amazing.
if they brought any Basara characters into Soul Calibur.
I want them in Marvel vs. Capcom, but we're not going to talk about that.
Oh, I'm still salty that Masamune just actually got cut before they put the game out.
Okay. Now I remember fighting against Jin players. Nightmare. When they know how to play Jin, you might as well put down the controller. That's my third character that I hate fighting against.
You're getting easy launched into his combos, into someone doing the goddamn punish with heat, and then the combo from there, since it's gonna relaunch you again and do more damage. So,
And if not Jin, the runner-up is Devil Jin.
oh yeah,
Forget it.
I would say that's like number 3, number 4 on my list. Even though I'm a Jin player, it's like, yeah, he's.
I would say they're both number 3, Jin and Devil Jin, because they're technically the same but different moves.
Yeah, they're pretty annoying to fight. But the only way no, actually, yeah, Devil Jin is also equally annoying. So I retract that statement.
Yep.
But who else is on the docket for this? Burn, did you go yet on this question?
No, not yet.
Okay, favorite and least favorite fighter, go.
So for me, one of my favorite fighters, I've mentioned it before, but it's Reina, definitely. I'm enjoying playing her, and I've been able to learn a couple of things thanks to her combos and the way that you can mix things up with her movements and everything like that. Like the amount of the tree of possibilities, like the way that it branches into a couple of several things. I like her because of that, and also I've been using a little bit of Law recently, mostly because of a Joe costume that I made for him. Then I ended up actually liking the character, being like, "Oh, wait, he's actually goated," and I'm liking him a lot. Least favorite characters to play, I will say that definitely. I mean, it's gonna sound ironic considering this thing, but Reina. Playing against her, yeah, I'm like not that good enough. Like I still need to learn how to counter many of her things and stuff like that. But my definitely least favorite is definitely Dragunov. I cannot read him for the sake of my life. There's I try so hard and I fail every time because I literally try to be like, wait, what is going on? What is going on? And I just simply can't. So yeah, it's I think those will be my favorite and least favorite. I do like Dragunov as a character, but I hate fighting against him because I know for a fact that the moment I see him, I'm gonna lose.
I was waiting for someone to mention Dragonall. I was waiting for that. If it's like another kind of annoying honorable mention, is that motherfucker. He gets Sambo rolled and just grab you. I'm like, oh my god, I'm tired of this. But you know, that's besides the point. It's Ronan's turn. Characters that you like to play as and characters that you absolutely cannot stand. Did you go yet?
I did not, and I will go. Shukumo Warida. Kazuya. I really love playing Kazuya. Lars is a second favorite of mine. Jin is another one. I really like playing Huareng. Really great character. I really do. Yes, I admit I am a Victor man. I will not lie about that. He's fun to play, but he's an honorable mention. If fighting against him is a fucking nightmare. Also, Coffee Girl can go to hell. And if I had to say least favorite characters, it's actually two. One is definitely King, because my god, those grab strings can do a nightmare amount of your health. Like, bro, let me go already. and I'm surprised no one has mentioned Xiaoyu.
I
No
have
one-
yet to come across a main
Oh,
Link
no, I
Xiaoyu.
did not
That
like
was the
fighting
problem.
Yeah, I haven't
literally
seen
I
this.
don't think Xiaoyu's even in the game. Is she in the game?
Yes,
She is.
Yes, I'm surprised no one does not mention Xiaoyu because because I always say this, when does your goddamn combo end? You have to switch stances every single time like your goddamn Siegfried Stauffen. So I gotta love her. So if I had to say, favorite characters, Kazuya, Lars, Jin, Huarang. I'm starting to learn Lee a little bit, and Huarang, which I'm studying right now.
My only guess is probably because there's so many good characters to use. They thought Link Xiaoyu is not an option right now
Yeah, agreed.
because I can't
Um,
find them.
Yeah, so if I had to say, least favorite character I hate to play is King because when your garb ends, Xiaoyu when it's your combo end. Runner up is Victor because my god, everything you can counter everything I throw at you like your goddamn Ultra Instinct Goku from Fighters. Remember that, Kaneki?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Andre, it is your turn. Least favorite people to fight against.
Favorite to play as is probably Leo. I always liked Leo since Tag 2. I always thought their playstyle was really cool, the Chinese martial arts. I actually got to Warrior with him. That's the only character I think I got like really high ranked with. That's what I remembered. I dabbled a little bit with Feng. Before I deleted the game, I dabbled a little bit with Feng. I'm thinking once I get back to Tekken 8, I'll definitely have Feng as like a second main because I always wanted to like learn him properly. Then finally third one, Steve. I always wanted to learn Steve, like I said. I always wanted to learn him as a character, and he's fun as hell to play in 8. Characters I hate fighting. The whole Mishima family. I don't like fighting them. King is really annoying. Victor is just cancer, and I'd say honorable mentions Jack. Jack's kind of annoying to fight against too. I just never liked fighting Jack and Tekken ever. Like he was just the worst. That's about it though.
Yeah, I fought a Ganryu Jack. I did not like that experience whatsoever. You're getting wall pounded and pounded into the corner a lot because he has these long reaching moves that he just does just because fuck it. But
I can take it out of context.
yeah, there's a lot that can be taken out of context for this podcast though. But still, we're gonna move on to the next question. Let's talk story. What did you think of the overall storyline and the characters for Tekken 8? And first, we'll go with Rat.
I'll just sort of keep things quick since I have a feeling this is the catalyst for a deeper discussion. I had a big amount of fun with that story mode. This is the most epic story that Tekken's ever told of all their story modes, and I was full seat belted for the ride that they presented, especially that middle point where Tekken turns into an entirely different game.
Oh, I bet Nikki liked that part.
I bet she did.
No, damn right I did.
No,
When I
I
saw,
bet
when I
it-
saw that
There
leaked
you
on
go.
Twitter, I was like,
I wish it was a mode like Tekken Force.
That's what I thought it
I
was
wish there
too.
was a bit more depth to it, even if that is not the reason for the season. I just think mowing through characters with a fighting game mindset and mechanics. I'm fascinated by that one mode. It's like we're going to war, and we're not going to skimp on the details. You're just thrown right into a battlefield, and you're playing a Muso game.
Oh,
Occasionally a one-on-one fighter.
the little Dynasty Warriors thing. Yeah,
They're very
Great
much Dynasty Warriors 4 up in here.
that was fucking awesome, man.
Oh
I just
yeah,
love that so
sequence
much.
is fire. That was a dope sequence.
Please give us that as a mode later on, for the love of God. But yeah, I'm gonna keep my opinions brief because just knee deep in playing story mode, playing as much as possible. So I know the significant bits, but I really did like it. Now, granted, there are parts where it does feel like standardize the power of friendship, which is what sort of fuels Jin throughout most of the experience. But overall, there are these little portions that you could do. I kind of like the tournament mode where you could pick between fighters and see who advances to the next round. But I also thought that they kind of steamrolled through certain aspects of that with the story. Then, but the main thing is you have to remember it is about Kazuya versus Jin. This is the whole crux of the situation. After Jin lost, it's like, how can he regain his powers again? And then all this other stuff is going on, and it's some cool like throwbacks here or there. There was also Tekken 6 throwback where you fight Azazel, and it's like, I hated this boss the first time, kind of hate him now, but you get to absorb him as Kazuya, and I thought that was kind of cathartic when you could do that. So there are definitely big highlights, giant set pieces, fights where you just kind of go on the edge. I like that they changed some of the movesets as well, because as much as you play as a lot of Jin in the storyline, I do like that they took that into account with Omen stances, with him reverting back to Devil Jin. It's just so fucking awesome. Also, yes, we can discuss character episodes a little bit after the base plot line. I think that'd be easier to do as we wrap this question up. So that's my opinion on the plot so far. Epic sort of storyline. It does leave some unanswered questions that clearly Tekken 9 is going to set up, because obviously Reina, we all saw that, her transforming to Devil, and then saying she wants to get a little more of a fight in her at the end of it. So I'm just like, I want to see where it progresses, I want to see where it goes, and I think it was fine for what it was. Next we'll go with Ronan. What do you think of the story?
Oh man, like Rad, I was fastening my seatbelts with the story mode. The first time we start is literally a fight to the death between Jin and Kazuya, and Jin's waking up in Devil Jin mode, literally stomping Kazuya through like buildings and everything else. Kazuya wakes his full devil, full on Kamehameha wave. Jin's like, how am I supposed to protect anyone from this weak? And the whole Reina situation, literally becoming a devil. Awesome. The whole Tekken Force thing, Muso game, it was fantastic. And also I'm gonna let you, also, as a hardcore Bleach fan, Jin had the blade is me moment with Devil Jin. He literally had that. I said, they really stole this from Bleach. Good job, Harada. And I'm not even mad. I'm actually happy that Jin has this the blade is me moment, or I should say the devil is me. Kazuya being the main villain, I love it. Better, I will say this once, even though I hate Heihachi Mishima with a burning passion for 1,000 suns, Kazuya is the better villain. Fight me. I will literally say that. Him fighting Azazel again, it was good. Gave me some PTSD nightmares of Tekken 6. I would say him absorbing. Also, we're just gonna ignore Claudio having the like most saddest death imaginable.
Dude, yeah, that also kind of got me, because I was thinking to myself, okay, he's not gonna die. I think the thing is gonna hit him right on time when he shot out the arrow. But much to my surprise, Claudio got like absolutely vaporized by Kazuya. I'm like, oh shit! So it's like, this man's dead now. I was like, shit.
Like we just seen this guy from Tekken 7, now in Tekken 8, now he's dead, and that's just sad.
Yeah.
Safina is still alive for some odd reason. The whole the whole mini Tekken tournament was pretty good to see. Also, I really love how the coffee lady signed up with G Corporation just to advertise her coffee. And Law literally signing with G Corporation because he's broke. Because he's a broke boy. That's funny to me. I'm glad Tekken could be both epic and hilarious. And I would say this though, and Rad, you can agree with me on this one. Seeing Jin use Mishima style in his old Tekken 3 style, that to me was one of the highlights of the story. Also, Angel Jin.
I'm not
Angel,
sure if most of it was explained that well as to, hey, you can actually use these styles now, but when they did pull it off, and all the cues they did to solidify it, that's what makes me appreciate Tekken 8's story. Like, you get the style and you get the music to go with it.
dude, when the moment I heard Jin's theme, I'm like, yes. And he's doing the pose. I'm like, let's go. Final
Yeah.
battle, father versus son. No powers, no devil gene, just straight hands.
So,
Oh,
I'll just ask you, and then I'll stay quiet.
okay.
Where do you think? You play Tekken 7 story?
Yes, I
Yeah.
have.
What do you
Mhm.
think's the better final fight, Kazuya Heihachi or Jin Kazuya? And I propose this to the panel as well, because I'm curious to see your answers.
Okay, I'll go first. I would say Jin versus Kazuya is the most cinematic and the most meaningful because it's literally light and darkness. Like when you think about it, it's pretty much light versus dark, good versus evil. Like generic yin and yang. So I would say that Heihachi versus Kazuya is just pretty much. I'll kill you, father. I'll kill you, father. You're too weak to stand against me. Like that's literally just that. But Jin and Kazuya, that to me was peak. The Tekken, like him having. Also, can we imagine how badass that main theme? I think it's called "On My Way." I don't know the finale song or something like that. I don't know. What's the name of the song again? Uh,
I completely forgot.
Yeah, it is definitely on
I,
the tip of my tongue.
I think it's
yeah,
I,
called
I
My
know what you're
Last.
talking about. It's the one in the intro of the
yeah,
game
yeah,
that
yeah. That
you only
song,
see
like Tekken.
once. It's called My Last Stand.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
my
about
last
to
stand.
say
Yeah, my
that.
last stand.
My
My
Last
last
Stand.
stand. I would say that right now, right next to Undefeatable from Sonic Frontiers, Devils Never Cry, Bury the Light, the Airbuster from Final Fantasy VII, and the only one to fear is you from Doom Eternal. That is my all-time favorite, all-time favorite battle theme of all time, of my opinion. Is right up there next to Sonic OCs, Devil May Cry, Metal Gear Rising, and Yakuza. And let's see, what's another one? Yeah, Doom Eternal. That is up there. Tekken knows how to do really great songs.
I think Heat Haze from 7 is its one challenger because it's
Yeah,
just
yeah, I agree with that.
has that feeling of being final attached to it more so than My Last Stand does. But I think it comes down to preference.
I can see what you mean because my last stance feels like literally the name itself. Your last stance. You're no powers, no devil gene, no interference, no family besides you, your fists, and your enemy. That's literally what the song just stands for.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from with that.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like, I guess favorite final fight between 7 and 8, I feel like the emotion kind of came out and rose a bit more when that was like it for Heihachi. So I guess in terms of feeling bad, that kind of crept up on that last scene where he hits him in the chest and he's just dead. But the spectacle of Jin versus Kazuya and how you see them fighting like fist to fist, how you saw them going, with transformations and everything, different styles, all that other stuff. I think that was a better spectacle and that was a better thing to play gameplay wise. Whereas I thought some of the stuff going on with the final battle of Tekken 7 was a little bit too quick, and it was a little bit like they just threw paint in the wall and see what like stuck at the end of the day. And that's kind of how I felt, especially if you add in the whole Akuma battle afterwards, which got unresolved because we don't know what exactly happened. It's like, well, because they're still alive, that's it. Yeah, I feel like that was a better spectacle and conclusion than the other one.
Excuse me, I hate to
I-
interrupt, but I was going to say this for my last part. I forgot to interrupt. I forgot to add this. When were you going to start making invincible memes of Jin and Kazuya like knocking Jin to that rock?
Yeah,
Like,
thanks,
why'd you
son.
make me do this?
Think, Jin. Think. Think.
Like,
Oh
seriously,
my god.
that to me, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Rin. I get to say this. That was like my funniest moment, like him just pushing Jin to that rock and just wailing on him.
Yes.
You know, it's funny, Ronan. I'm sorry about the run.
Hmm?
I was gonna say, you know, it's funny, Ronan. Like, Ozzy and Jin's relationship is literally Omni-Man Marks, which I mean, somewhat. It's
You're
weird.
fighting to watch everyone around you die. Think, son. Think.
Oh
You'll
my
let
god.
insignificant being in this planet. You'll risk seeing your devil gene and everything around you blow away. Everything and everything you know will be dead. What will
I
you
mean,
have over 500 years?
but you're not wrong. I mean, except like the only difference is, well, Cassie's not an Vetramite, or whatever they call an invincible.
Oh, you're right the first time. But anyone else on the final fight or this question?
Yes, if not Jin versus Kazuya, then outside of that fight, I would definitely pick Akuma versus Devil Kazuya. If we was to compare the two, now I only say Jin versus Kazuya because the original question was, would you rather pick that fight or compare it to father versus is it Kazuya versus his own father?
Plus, it's Namco versus Capcom, so I can kind of see where people are coming from with. This might be a once in a lifetime thing, so let's just see what happens.
Yeah, it was like the Rock versus John Cena moment with Akuma and Devil Kazuya, because if that was in the let's say if that was part of the question, I would have picked that over both of them. But in this original question's case, Jin versus Kazuya was the final fight that they did so well, so brilliant. Like, when was the last time we had a fight like this in a Street Fighter or even an MK game with their cinematic story as like the final fight?
You know, sorry to interrupt, Kaneki, but honestly, what was it? The final fight kind of reminded me of Naruto versus Sasuke just a little bit, like especially towards the end where they're just beating the shit out of each other. And it's them losing the arms.
Oh, well, at least they got people trapped in the fucking plants or the
Yeah.
like genjutsu.
Yeah, that's true. I was about to say I'll go real quick on this one. At least in terms of like, if we're talking about impact wise, Kazuya versus Moles, in terms of like story wise, Kazuya versus Heihachi, because pretty much wraps up Heihachi's whole story. But impact wise, Jin
Wink,
versus
wink.
Kazuya. Oh yeah. Impact wise, Jin versus Kazuya, I think I want to say it hits a lot harder because for starters, you start off as Angel Jin versus True Devil Kazuya. And then when they actually fight, when they lose, was Jin, gets rid of the devil gene for both of them. It's basically a straight up fisticuffs, and Jin pretty much has to like go back to his Tekken 3 moveset, using his the teaching of his mother, and Ozzy is basically just like determined. So it's like, if we're going on sheer impact, I think that kind of wins out because it basically is just like I'd say it's even longer than Kazuya versus Heihachi. Yeah, it goes on for a while.
Nikki, what about you? How do you feel about this?
I believe in the power of friendship. I believe in my heart. I can do this.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we're totally just gonna forget about the fact that Jin committed global genocide.
Look,
but
his father was calling him out for that. So you still like got your question sort of thrown out there, actually.
Exactly, and also that's probably the reason why Miguel's not in this game. It's like, because we're supposed to be presenting Jin as the good guy, and Miguel's like, hold on, did you forget what you did? You killed my sister and you killed everything else, and now all of a sudden you're a good guy, and I'm not believing any of this shit. So that's why Miguel's not in the game. Otherwise, no, I thought it was pretty cool. I'm not finished the story mode yet. I kind of played a little bit of it, but I really enjoyed the Dynasty Warriors mode. You know, I thought that was really, really cool. But you know, otherwise, yeah, I just thought it was pretty cool. I saw like to catch up with today's podcast, I saw a couple cutscenes here and there, and I don't really remember too much of it, honestly, because I haven't really immersed myself that much in Tekken 8, but I did see some of the story, and I was like, okay, I see where we're going with this. So pretty much, I would just be repeating everything you guys said. So that's pretty much my piece.
Burn, how do you feel about this?
Regarding the story, I will also pass because I haven't played the story at all.
You know what? That's fine. We're just here for the fighting, some of us. So you're all good.
Hell yeah.
But Andre, any final opinions on the story before I move on to Rat?
Final opinions. I'll make my thoughts real brief. I really like the story mode a lot. It's a huge step up from Tekken 7. Like, it's more. I think the reason why I like it more is it kind of goes more in depth as Jin as a character. Like, it kind of basically what it does, it kind of course corrects him, and it sort of reconstructs his whole character from like what happened in the previous games. So I think him being the main protagonist of this time around feels more. I'd say it feels more earned because Jin actually does go through some pretty good character development throughout the story. I won't spoil for anyone who hasn't gotten there. I really like how all the characters were involved too. I thought that was pretty cool. They're involved in the tournament arc. And like I said, the final battle was pretty epic. I don't know why, but I was getting like Avengers vibes when I was playing through like the story mode, but in the best way possible. Like, they legit turned this man Kazooie into Thanos. I mean, he didn't.
Also,
Yeah.
can we just sorry to interrupt you,
That's all good.
Andre?
Yeah,
I was gonna
what's up?
say this. Can we just we're just gonna acknowledge or ignore that Steve was like bobbing weaving bullets.
Bro, that was hype. Yo, that was fire. Like, okay, the fact that King is like buddies with Steve, Leo, Shaheen, Lee, and Victor is like, that was the most hypest. That was like the best part of the story. Everyone was like in that war, and it was like, bruh, this is anime as fuck, and I love it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Yeah, but yeah, story mode is fantastic. It's yeah, it's better than Tekken 7. That's all I gotta say.
So the one time where Steve just isn't forgotten, I am shocked. I was really shocked by that. Also, one cool moment I liked was the whole 12 hit combo that Jin did on Horang. I thought that was like, callback to how you could just do that in the older Tekken games, and he got like 12 piece, and I was like, okay, oh shit, it's like KO. I thought that was also cool to see as well. It's just a lot of fun moments, a lot of fun callbacks when you really adjust and take it in. Rad, you said, did you want to mention the character stories or no?
Yes, I did, because
I interrupt you. I was gonna say, Ren, they referenced that in the anime too.
Yes, I remember that happened in the recent one.
So, for all the people who like the epic side of Tekken, it is my pleasure to tell you that the lunacy is back in the character episodes. The sheer insanity, the sheer humor of Tekken has returned in full force in those character episodes. Where do I begin? Has anyone played through those? Or at least a chunk of them?
I have.
Almost all of them.
No, go ahead.
I have.
And
Rad's gonna have to
just
spill the
me.
beans.
yeah, the humor is definitely back, and in my opinion, it gets no deeper than Elisa's character episode. Because she's trying to win the tournament for the sake of Lars. and they fight in the finals. Elisa wins, but she thinks she went a little bit overboard with Lars, and then her face starts overheating. Her head falls off, and as she's trying to juggle it and grab it, it falls into Lars's hands, and it's the most anime shoujo ass trope you can imagine, and it is so perfect for those two. Maybe not Lars, but for Elisa, this is the route I was expecting the franchise to take with her.
It's adorable. I will admit it was pretty adorable, and Lars' ending, and also, bro, June's ending make me sad.
Yeah, June's for all the talk about how, oh man, the funny is there. June's ending is heartbreaking.
Yeah. Also, we're just gonna ignore the fact that Steve had to get bulked up because of the heavyweight.
Well, he's fighting for the heavyweight title. Of course,
Yeah,
of course you can't skip leg day.
I died laughing when I saw that. I was like, yo, holy fucking shit,
and
bro.
arm day for that matter.
Yep.
Things I think was pretty funny when the sugar pees on his leg when he's doing all those moves. I was like, bruh.
I don't know. Okay, there's also Lily's ending, because the character episodes are dedicated to finding the next CEO of the Mishima Zaibatsu. So Lily's doing her speech, and she pauses in between to like make stupid poses. So all I can think of is the dumb, I'm Dante, I'm the son of Sparta. When she was making those stupid poses.
Yo. I'm the son of Sparta, yo. I'm the son of Sparta, yo. My name is Dante, yo.
Yo. My name's Lily. I believe that she was about to. That was funny, and they have a casual conversation. She has a casual conversation with Leroy because they both got pretty rich. And Law's like, I want in on this, and then he immediately gets punked out by Lily.
Hold on. You're talking about Jin having a sad ending. You know who else had a sad ending? My man Kuma. Because he thought he finally did it. He thought he finally got the love of his life.
And
it was all just a dream. Just like Jin.
All lies. It was all lies.
So I have a question.
Yes?
What makes June's ending so sad?
So she's having a picnic with Kazuya and Jin, and they're having like friendly combat between one another. Everything's resolved, and they're happy, and they're together. And then like she wakes up, and she's all alone again.
June just wants her husband back and her son not to hate each other.
Damn.
Well, she got half of her wish came true, sorta.
Yeah, but it's still, you wish you can like separate the hatred from those two, just bring the love, like a motherly love for her son, and a wife feeling for her, Kazuya. Also, can we just ignore that Kazuya has
Kazuya's ending.
Yes, he has multiple shoes.
What turned this guy into
Nike outlet?
Dude has an outlet of Tim's in
a
Nike
collector.
Nike outlet in his bag.
This man got Adidas. What do you mean?
He did it for the lugs. Like Heihachi just does it for power and conquering. Nah, Kazuya did it for the lugs.
He did them for them shoes, man. Like, how many shoes you got, man?
Yo, bro. Yo, Kazuya, can I buy a pair of those shoes, please?
Let me get them Air Jordans.
So Kazuya, what are your thoughts on conquering the world? Stupid question. Next.
I don't care.
It's him getting interviewed for what's his hobbies, who's the one person that's able to stand among him. It's like it seems wife. Normal, and then he presses the button.
That's why.
Yep, my wife, because and then it just cuts
She's
to the
strong.
silhouette of June.
June, man, the look on June's face, like, I got this man wrapped in my finger.
Yeah,
because she's very strong.
Yeah. I don't care about any of that. What's the next question?
So a little bit of shoes and pussy whipping will get people far in life. That's the motto and message of that ending.
I guess the A good woman, riches, and everything else is you're set for life for some odd reason.
But
I like.
I will just say this, and then that'll be the end of my additions to the question. I am surprised at the amount of people that just sort of have casual conversations and get along with one another. I think it's Leroy's ending where he's just having a casual get together with Xiao Yu.
Oh, I love that. That was great.
Hey, it's good to see you again. I met you when you were yay tall. You want to fight? Heck yeah, I do.
Oh
That was
yeah,
adorable.
Brad.
I won't lie. That was like a master and student like coming back type of deal.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Rad Run, but I thought it was kind of neat. Stephen King kind of had like a sort of rivalry friendship in like King's Ending. I thought that was really cool.
And
I like
because this is Tekken, there is a constant narrative of Paul and Law desperately trying to make it to this Iron Fist tournament.
No, 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 no. Okay, but can we mostly talk about Law himself and how he's now in the narrative of he hates rich people.
He hates them,
Oh,
I
but
hate
rich
them.
people.
but he doesn't mind
my
trying to like mooch off them.
yep, yeah. That's his whole arc.
You
on
guys talking
Tekken
about
8.
rich shit? I want in.
You know why he hates them? Because he used to be one himself.
Until he fucked up his money.
It's like now I'm
Wasn't
a
like-
broke boy.
Wasn't like Forrest didn't Forrest get like an accident and he had to pay off all his debts? That's why
Yep.
he was like scrambling
Yeah.
for money.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember no. I remember in Tekken 5, the man was like looking at his bill, and like Paul was like, "Come on, man, pay the bill already."
Yo, that was
Paul's
hilarious.
entire character episode is, oh shit, I'm late for the tournament.
This man Paul is just he used to be strongest fighter in the universe to wanting to fight aliens and being late for a
No.
tournament. It's amazing.
You know where it led to now? It's now led to Kuma rescue him in the story. He's like, Kuma,
It's like my
you saved
rival.
me.
My rival just saved me. What the fuck am I doing, man?
Does that mean
Panda, not this random human?
Kuma and Paul are gonna be friends in the next Tekken?
You
I
might
don't think so.
Yo,
I will not be surprised. Somebody has to replace Law because he's on the hate rich people bin.
that'd actually be hilarious if like Paul in the next Tekken 9, Paul and Kuma finally become buddies. It's like that
That'd be
meme.
great.
It's like that meme. What was it? This person is no longer my best friend. This person is my new best friend. That's what will happen.
Yeah, he's best friend with the bear. Good.
Oh my god.
well,
A lot.
Ended with Law.
Yeah.
he knows what Bears did in Baldur's Gate 3, so I think you might want to skim past that real quick. All right.
You do. I don't. I don't want to know.
So we gonna skip
Never
past that.
finally
real-
bridge the bear. Help the bear.
Help the bear. But we're gonna move on to the next one. And I know this is gonna be like ranted on, but those micros in Tekken 8 and the battle pass itself has been getting some blowback so far from the community. So I kind of
No.
Go ahead.
You forgot one more. You forgot one more pass,
What is
and
that?
that is the cosmetic battle pass.
Yeah, that too. I-
3 battle passes.
as the growls of a dog just go throughout the call. What do you guys think of this whole debacle? And I want to start with Kaneki first.
Damn it.
You know what surprises me is that all of those bad things. Like, first off, there was a reason why, in comparison to Tekken 7, as much as people praise Tekken 8, in terms of everything else, and I have to admit, the cosmetics in Tekken 7 surpasses Tekken 8. Not even close. Like, even a little bit of launch Tekken 7 cosmetics had more than Tekken 8's cosmetics at launch. And we don't know at first why it was like not much. We would thought, hey, maybe they're gonna add it as free updates later down the line. Just like 7.
Whoa. Is
3 tiers of battle passes. Here, what?
Kaneki was
Kaneki.
roboting out for a second.
Kaneki
Yeah.
Oh,
was
I
me
was?
for a couple of seconds, but
Yeah.
Am I good now?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
good now.
Yeah.
it wasn't as long as mine. Don't worry, you good.
Oh, that. Okay. But yeah, I could go all day of how bad it is the micros, but it was not. It was not the thing that made me uninstall Tekken 8. You know what made me did uninstall Tekken 8? Behind all those, bad practices that made people question about the game and making them kind of even want to refund the game. No, let's talk about the patch that came out with Eddie. You're talking about the worst. You're talking about the bad balance, bad practices. How about bad balancing along with those bad practices? You press one button with Eddie, and you're done. And then on top of that, you'll have a glitch where whenever they do, like, say, a critical finish or rage arts, they call it, you can sidestep whatever easily. Like before they even do the animation of the rage art, it's like I just uninstalled Tekken 8. I can't do it no more. It's like
Okay,
how,
sidebar. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the idea of Tekken characters being able to move in the frozen time is the
Yep.
funniest shit.
it's like it's like they. Okay, the more you say that, it's like, did they watch JoJo Bizarre Adventures with that fucking bullshit? That's like, but no, it was not the micros that made me pissed off. Although it's also bad. Also, I'm gonna bring this up real quick. The fact that they're going after the modding community on top of all of this is also, I would consider, a bad practice. You just make people lose faith even more of the future projects for Tekken.
I'll go really quick because my answer is gonna be like brief anyway. But the micros, I mean, it's I do think it's funny that we're talking about costumes like Jin's like hooded outfit from Tekken
Gotta-
4
Gotta
being
pay them.
being like a microtransaction that you had to pay for, whereas in the last game you kind of got it for free. That's the strike number one against their record when you really think about it. It's just like, well, fuck. I kind of just wish that we had the traditional I play the game enough and I unlock it after a certain amount of time where it's not crazy grinding. It's just I have to do like a certain challenge to get costumes. It's like games just don't do that anymore, and it's just kind of like, well, it's time to pony up and pay that money or hundreds of dollars on this like pass or some other shit. Where
I wish to do it better with costumes, but go on.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. That's one example. But it's like fighting games themselves; they just don't do that anymore, and you just kind of like you're just stuck saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna pick one costume I really like, and I'm not buying like anything else if I have to support it." There's also the fact that yes, okay, this glitch that has come out recently, this patch, I would say this is probably just the worst it has been so far because at launch, like everything was peachy king. Like people just loved MK. I mean not MK, but they loved Tekken 8 at first, where the launch patch was great, and then this came out, and it's like sidestepping during supers, and not a lot of people are really fond about Eddie. Like I keep telling people that are Eddie players, they're having a great time. I know, but a lot of other folks are like, I just fucking hate fighting this guy. I'm just done. So that kind of is sullying, some of the goodwill that Tekken had at launch. And I understand, like, new guy, they're gonna try to figure him out and stuff like that. But I just think that he's very, very powerful, and that's one thing that's kind of like overpowering the meta, as well as like adding heat to him as well, because like, my god, I've seen some matches where that shit just comes out and it hits you and I have no time to block it. As for everything else that I've seen so far, I don't know, I just hope they get it right. That it seems to me like they're so hell bent on getting rid of like either the modders or the whole plugging situation where I just think to myself like it probably could have been a widespread patch to address a lot of these other issues cropping up, which I know is like common sense because it's a fighting game, so you're gonna have shit come up. But I hope this does not continue into the next character, because if it does, I just have a feeling that it's gonna get worse on what people are saying now. But games have come back before. It's ironic that I did a Fraudian on like MK1 because everyone is like loving the Ermac patch. So this could possibly happen for Tekken. So I'm gonna stay cautiously optimistic and see what happens in the future going forward. But again, they could also mess it up with the next character. So I'll hold my breath until I see results. And that's my overall opinion on that. Rad, what is your sort of perspective on how these things and practices and monetization has been going on so far?
So I'm a bit more reserved than others because I've become resigned to it. Very nature of the beast. My one complaint is that for a Tekken shop, their selection is very barren.
I agree with that.
you-
Like Tekken 7 had like a much better shop.
All right, I'll just make this one point, and that'll be the end of my discussion on the subject.
Mhm.
Think about Street Fighter 6. Whenever they put out costumes for the characters, it's like everyone gets at least one costume. Regardless of how much they cost, the option is available to you no matter who you play. If you play someone like Xiao Yu, great. Her Tekken 4 outfit is in the store. It's the wrong one, by the way. Fuck you. Give me my casual Xiao Yu already. If you play someone like Nina, good for you. You have that skin type bicycle suit.
From
The
Tekken
bicycle
7?
suit. Yeah. If you play someone like Elisa, well, you're getting the same thing that everyone else is getting. Here's a generic cyber pack. I don't know. It just feels like they should have been a bit more diverse out the gate. Like, give everyone at least one costume. And I understand the workload. It isn't as easy as copying and pasting Tekken 7 duds to Tekken 8. It was from the ground up. I get that. But even so, your competition is a lot more accommodating in terms of availability. And that's really all I have to say. I'm a bit more reserved. This is nature of the beast. I know why people are mad that they have to spend more money on their $70 game. But I'd say it depends on...
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
We lost him again.
Bandai Namco heard him.
Rana was like, I will smash your monitor now and your router.
They sent the corporate ninjas after Rad.
Jesus Christ!
Christ.
That's more funnier than I thought it would be. So I guess we'll wait for him to come back. But yeah, I see the complaints going on so
Sit down
far.
there, shut up.
Like,
And
it's
don't
like you
ask me
asked
for
me
shit.
for shit.
Oh,
You
he's-
asked me for shit, and that's exactly what happens.
Oh, he said what he said. So Ronan,
Jesus Christ. He became Amia.
yeah, Ronan, I know you wanted to get in on this. So what is your opinion on it?
Great God. Where do I begin? Why? Angry rant time. Why? Why do they have a battle pass and microtransactions in a goddamn fighting game?
2 battle passes.
Too many. And I hate it. And I really wish why. Who in their right mind, Harada, made you thought this was a good idea? What demented fucking human being told you, you know what Tekken needs? Microtransactions and a battle pass. Not one, but 2. Who in your right mind would think that? And plus, I cannot support this. Like, you're really gonna make me pay a whole bunch of not a small amount of money just so I can play Jin's Tekken 4 outfit?
I don't like that either. I hate that, especially
Like, seriously, like that's. And here's the thing: you don't even have any good costumes for Lars. You don't even have his Tekken Force outfit,
Mhm.
or his or anything else. So yes, Harada, why the hell are you asking me for this?
He's like, hey, you got it free in the last game, so now you gotta pay up. Which again, I
Also,
know
Ren,
people aren't gonna
don't-
like. I knew it.
Ren, don't ruin this for me.
also, they still have a mod up where Jun has her Tekken Tag 2 costume, which that's also in the shop.
Yep, I saw that.
Ah!
The Akuma gif coming out right as he screamed was great.
Tony Ronan's going Akuma.
Oh, by the
man.
way, that's gonna overshadow Tekken 8 when Akuma comes out.
Ah!
I honestly
Yeah.
I can't wait because I want to see how he plays. I just want to see that gameplay.
Too.
But
Okay, whoever put that gif of Akuma screaming right now, that is literally me.
that's perfect. But
It's perfect right there. The crazy thing is, I am a huge Akuma fan, so yeah.
Nikki, how do you feel about these micros and battle passes and all the stuff they're putting into the game?
Why the hell do I have to pay for Harong's Tekken 5 outfit?
Oh, I forgot that was
That's what
also
I've been
him.
saying this entire time.
Exactly. I'm like, this sucks. Hey, look, I'm happy I got his Taekwondo outfit, and I really like his 8 default, but I want the chaps back. The chaps were pretty cool. Like, I want that outfit back. I don't really like how everything is. Would you shut the fuck up? I don't care whose house is burning. I'm talking. You stupid fire truck.
This is great.
It's a fire truck that just passed my house. I guess what I'm saying is so fire. I don't know. Whatever. But anyway. Oh, I just got the citizen alert for the house on fire. Anyway, yeah, so I don't like how everything is attached to a battle pass. Like, can you just like have me unlock some of these old costumes here? I do like how Mortal Kombat's doing it with like the invasions where like you go in and you can unlock. I'm reading the chat in front of me too. But I like how you
They also have a
how you
similar
can like,
problem.
unlock some of the costumes while going around. They should do that with story mode. Like I know they do that with a couple costumes here, but like maybe I'm greedy and I want more. But like, but yeah, I don't really like how everything is attached to a battle pass. Like, and the same thing was like that I think with Street Fighter 6, where like you have to get like drive tickets or like tickets for these costumes. Like, and then what if I want just one costume? Like, you know,
Then you gotta pay the fighter coins.
right?
For what?
Just having
Outfit
coins,
3?
yeah. I think it's a cop out, honestly. But I mean, I'm never gonna knock anyone's way how to get money. Like, you know, I feel like it's a Bamco thing and not a Harada thing. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, no.
You know what? I would agree, but then I don't like how Harada is starting to like, you know what? You know those modders.
Yeah,
Let's try to ban them.
modders part
Yeah.
I did not like either. Like the pluggers thing, I totally understand. But like the modders, like, why are you doing this? This feels like such a Nintendo move too. Like,
My rage is almost at its peak right now. When the moment you said that, Nikki, no disrespect.
no, it's fine.
That King
You know,
Tekken 4 outfit is also paywall, by the way.
I'll just play Tekken 7.
Damn it!
I'll just play Tekken 7 for the mods then. What the fuck?
Oh god. But yeah, it's kind of crazy the way they're doing it. But Burn, what about you? What is your opinions on this?
Also, sorry to interrupt, but I'm really apologize for screaming. This is why they call me the Scream Lord back in my server. Sorry for that.
Hell yeah.
It's alright, man. Just keep it low pro, and you'll be fine. But Burn, what is your opinion on this?
Same with everyone, honestly. I hate the concept of battle passes. I hate this concept of like the modern monetization on games and everything. Maybe a couple games have worked it out in a better way, maybe, but it's just like as a general
Helldivers.
rule of thumb, yeah, Helldivers maybe. As a general rule of thumb, for me, I just like hate battle pass monetization. The fact that there are so many things that are locked behind the pass that you have to pay over and over and over. Like every time, for example, Fortnite adds a new song for the Fortnite festival, oh, that's cool and everything. I need to pay another $15 for that. Oh, a new song added. They added The Cure. That's cool. I love The Cure. Another $15. Well, I mean, that's bad. I'm spending way more. So the fact that Taken decided to go into this whole thing, they are not doing it. That's what I consider. They are doing it in one of the best ways possible for them. But in the same way, it's just not something for me with the costumes and everything. The fact that they're locking them, yeah, that I don't think that's the way. But that's the future, eh?
Andre, how about you? How do you feel about that king costume being paywall, buddy?
Well, no, considering how greedy as shit Namco is, pardon my language, but okay, honestly, when I saw the customization for Tekken 8 for the first time, I was thinking to myself, this is pretty bare bones. Why do I get the
And now we
feeling
know why.
Yeah. Why do I get the feeling they're gonna do a battle pass? And I ended up being proven true. And I mean, honestly, it's really shitty. I mean, I just kind of really hate when fighting games do this now. Or like, oh, if you want this costume, you have to pay this money. Like, Street Fighter 6 did this with like the 3-player costumes, and they got a ton of backlash, which I think well deserved backlash. And I think the fact Tekken's now locking costumes, but also like customization and stuff behind like the story is just. I mean, and also the fact the story is bare too. Like, there's barely anything in there. So I don't know. It's a wait and see. I mean, maybe it'll pan out okay, but I'm really not surprised. And it's a shame because Tekken 8 is a good game. It's just I think just the microtransactions that really turns me off. In fact, one of my friends says he's not getting the game because of it. Like, he'll get it maybe when it's like game of the year, just like 4 to 5 years down the line. But overall, I'm not really a fan of it. I mean, I'm not surprised they're doing it, but it is what it is.
One of these days they will learn, because again, I think there's companies that could do some of these costumes really well, and then you have them be like overpriced. It's like if it was like a nice price costume pack, I would get it, but the fact that it's going in this direction is kind of misleading me in the wrong direction to not buying any of that shit. So I guess we'll figure out how bad it gets down the line when they add in more costumes. So we'll see.
Oh, it's gonna get worse.
I definitely see it getting worse though, because
I guarantee you, if they added Soul Calibur 2 Yoshimitsu costume, which I know they won't, because they don't care about Soul Calibur no more. But if they do something like that, I'll be fucking pissed.
It'll be time to burn the world when they do that with this Tekken 3 outfit. But we will see. We will definitely see. It is time for the final question of the night before we sign off on this podcast. So we're going to talk about where we rank Tekken 8. Very, very simple question. And the first person we'll go with is Kaneki.
What's up?
We're going to rank the Tekken 8s and see where we rank it within the series as the final question.
Well, that's tough because... that's tough because... Well, I did finally play Tekken 1 when it was on the PS3, PSN store, but it's really tough to put them in the rank system. And I'm assuming this is just a Tekken game, not only the Tekken games, not one that spin-off nobody likes.
Yep.
From Nina.
Not Death by Degrees, absolutely not.
Ooh. Oh man, that game's control sucks. Anyways, I'm gonna put it for worst to best first. So the worst I would put is 6 in my opinion, because it's basically Tekken 5, but maybe of an expanded roster, but the online sucks. And I never played Dark Resurrections online, so I can't even. But I would put Tekken 6 as the lowest. Then maybe Tekken 1, because it aged horribly, I'm not gonna lie. Looking at Devil Kazuya and Tekken 1 is a fucking nightmare. Don't know what I'm talking about. Go look at the screenshots. And then I would put Tekken Tag 2. Like, it was a fun game. It's just, I felt like they could have done more, even with the online was also terrible. Then I would put Tekken 7. No, actually, no. 8. Then 7. Then 4. Then Tekken 2. Then Tekken 5. Tekken 5's like the highest for me.
I'm gonna do mine. Go ahead.
I forgot Tekken Tag 1. I would put that between. No, I would put that in front of Tekken Tag 2. Go ahead.
This is hard to rank mine. I'm just gonna go in this order. Tekken 1, this is from worst to best. Tekken 1 bottom. Tekken 6 bottom.
Fuck! I forgot Tekken 3.
Yeah,
I forgot to put Tekken 3. I put Tekken 3 behind, in front of Tekken 2 and behind Tekken 5. Continue.
yeah, but 1 bottom, 6 is the second. Then after that, it kind of gets a little hazy. I would say I would put Tag 2 right after 6 because I'm not a big fan of the whole bounding system that they introduced in that game. I just feel like Tekken 6 bounding is kind of trash and it carries over into Tag 2, but exceptional roster nonetheless for what they put in there. But some of it is kind of unbalanced, but it comes with the territory with that game. I would put Tag 1 above it, significantly better game, but I didn't really like fuck with it a lot back in the day, so maybe that could change in terms of placement. I will put Tekken 4 right after that. It's middle of the road Tekken for me. Great ideas, not as bad as many people say it is. Like, people say this is the worst Tekken. I absolutely do not agree with that opinion whatsoever. I think they did make a conscious effort. It's just, I don't think that the stages worked for that game for some of them. Like, where they tried to do ascending stages, just like Virtua Fighter 3 TB, and it didn't really work all that well, but the general 2v2 fighting, the airport stage, all that cool shit, is fire. Hamaru fire. That game is just is good. It's a good game, but it is middle of the road for some of the mechanics they tried to pull out. Then after that, I would say, let's see, what's next? I would say Tekken. I'll say Tekken 7. Yeah, Tekken 7 can sit snugly after that. The mechanics, no bounds. So that's pretty much good. Significantly slightly better gameplay, but I feel like what's holding Tekken 7 back from being upper echelon is I feel like it could have been a little bit more memorable than what it was. Like, I feel like it is fun to play, it's fun to witness, but it could have been just a little bit more. Same for modes as well. One of the things I love most about Tekken is when they have other shit to do that's also equally fun. So you know what that means when we go into the later selection. You will have Tekken 8 right after it. I think it is a exceptionally better game than 7. But what holds it back is the balance at certain points, and it could get kind of annoying, but still probably one of the best in terms of modern gameplay. And then afterwards, it's just like Tekken 3, the fire game. I can't really say too many bad things about that at all. Great story, great gameplay, great modes, everything. And then after that is going to sit Tekken 5. I'm very biased to Tekken 5. I feel like that reinvigorated the series in a lot of ways, and it's also hard to really point out a lot of flaws. The only flaw I can think of is the Devil Within minigame, which I You know, I don't like it. I can't stand it. If you heard me rant about it
What are
before,
you talking about? Why are you
yeah.
lying to your fans?
No, fuck off. But that's
Well,
the only thing I don't like about that game. Otherwise, it's almost perfect to me in a lot of ways. So,
wait,
go ahead.
I forgot. You didn't bring up Tekken Revolution.
I would
Did you
say
ever play it?
I played it. Yeah, that's the free to play one. I put it in C tier just like Andre, so it'd be kind of a little bit behind. It would be a little bit behind Tekken. It'll be in between Tekken 4. Whereas I enjoyed what it was, but I also, you know, it is kind of like, oh, we got you. We're gonna try to have you grind out for a ticket for like almost the whole day. When you run out, you can't play the game no more. But I will say, I like the idea enough to where I would like to see it again in a fighting game, just, you know, without the whole fact of you can lose tickets for a day and you can't play it anymore. Like something where it's like if you play enough, you get like more fighters and it's like a core fighters version, but you just keep continuing and you can keep playing until you unlock everything. But it sounds like a great idea that could be executed by someone else on paper a little bit better. But I liked it for what it was, especially, you know, soundtracks, all that cool stuff. So that is my ranking on Tekken so far with 8. Now I'm going to move on to Mr. Rad.
So I'm not going to do a franchise ranking, and I don't feel that I can compare Tekken 8 right now because I need to see where it is further down the line, because it's still a few months old. That's okay.
being said.
That being said, launch Tekken 7 was a disaster on console, and look at how that game evolved. It became the highest selling Tekken game of all time. And Tekken 8 is no slouch. 2 million copies in 1 month?
Ding,
You
ding,
don't mess with
ding.
those kinds of numbers.
Hmm.
So I'd like to see where Tekken 8 is at least a couple years from now, when it has more content, when it's a bit more shined up. Because I don't think it's fair to judge it in its infancy. Plus, the Tekken community is very fickle right now in this game. Either it's the best game 1 week, or it is the absolute dirt worst the next.
Sounds like Call of Duty people. But yeah, it's I do agree. If someone doesn't want to rank it now and they don't find that too fair, because the meta could be very different when we're here talking about all the DLC characters that came out so far and the guests. But like I said, I'm willing to be optimistic about it, cautiously optimistic, because I could have a lot more cooler things to say when they finally polish it up, and I guess it could move up like higher in the ranks as well. So I guess, you know, that's a TBD. But next,
I will say, I'm not going to list the franchises, but where Tekken 8 is at right now, I'd give it an A, not an S, but an A.
that's fair.
I can't go back to 7 anymore after this.
That's also
muscle
true.
memory's gonna fuck me up something fierce.
I tried to play tag 2 after I play 8. I can't do it anymore. I try. It's just like, this combo that I'm very much used to after being polished up in Tekken 7 and Tekken 8 doesn't work anymore. Well, I'm going back to Tekken 8. So that's kind of how I feel.
You would need to play Tekken 6 again if you want to play Tag 2 again.
Yeah, and I already don't like bounds, so that's just in the trash right now. But I do have Tekken 6. Nikki, what do you? Oh, good.
I'm sorry, because those combos in Tekken 6 are similar in Tag 2, like, without the tag, of course. But yeah.
But Nikki, what do you think about this whole thing of ranking Tekken 8 currently compared to the other ones?
Right now it looks like, because it's still fairly new. I want to say it's going to be 5 months old pretty soon. Well, no, I think it just turned 4 months. I say it's still in its pretty early stages, so I would probably put it between an A and a B right now. My favorite Tekken is still 5, and I think that's a general consensus for all of us. I really think that Tekken 5 is my favorite, and then I would probably put Tekken Tag 1 as my next favorite after that. So I think I would go 5 for Tag 3, and then like I would go 8, and then after that Tag 2, 6, going down to 1, I would say. But no, I just think Tekken 5 was like peak. And like I made a joke in the chat that said like the only flaw in Tekken 5 was adding Lily in the game, but I'm just being silly. But for real though, I don't think Tekken 5 really has any flaws. I think that was when it was like at its best. And I liked 4. I really liked the vibe about 4 and Tekken 5, or not Tekken 5, excuse me, Tekken Tag. And I remember watching the intro, and I'm like, that intro is just so freaking cool. Like I like how Namco was like had the whole like I don't know if I want to say futuristic, but like the whole like city urban vibe that I thought was really, really cool.
I like they took a risk in.
I'm sorry.
I like that they took a risk in Tekken 4 in terms of like the
definitely.
new direction before they
Mhm.
went back to 3 with 5.
Yeah, definitely. Like I would say the era between 3, 4, 5, and Tag 1, best era for Tekken.
I agree with that.
Mhm.
But next up is Burn. Where would you rank this game after you played it?
Again, having no chance of playing the previous games, I will say that this has been a favorite of mine. I'm definitely enjoying it a lot. I kind of remember maybe playing a little bit of Tekken. I think it was 4, the one that released on PS2 that had like a whole like additional mode that was like a brawler of some kind. Like I think it was Kazuya, no, Jin, like just like fighting against like robots or soldiers or something. And I played a little bit of Tekken 7 too. Definitely not enjoyed it so much. So for me, 8 definitely has been a top for now. I will try to give a try to the previous games and everything to see if I can be a little different in that. But for now, Tekken 8 for me is top winner.
Also, the brawler you described, it was from Tekken 5. Jin fought the robots or
Oh, 5. It
those
was 5?
soldiers.
Did 5 also released on PS2?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, then it might
Tekken,
actually have been that one.
Tekken 4 did have something like that, but it was the traditional Tekken, except you can play as any character from the roster, not just Jin.
I don't
Hey Ren, you
remember. I
should
will have to check that.
Hey Ren, you should tell him my Tekken 5's what is it called? That Jin brawler mode? Why that's the best mode?
Oh well, yeah. No, man, fuck you.
You said yes. You said yes.
I thought you were talking about Tekken 4, so you tried to entrap me.
No.
No, I saw that.
No, you said yes. You
No,
fall for it.
I said no. Updated
It's
my
your
IP.
favorite. I think it was called The Devil Within, whatever that crap.
The devil jerks off. That was a terrible move, man. I swear to God. But next
You
up,
said yes.
no, fuck you. But next is Andre. What do you feel about this, and where would you rank it so far?
What was it? Let's see. I already did mine according to the chat, but okay, so Tekken 8 is like A tier. I think it's really close to S. It's kind of there, but like Rad said, we gotta wait and see how it develops because I think it'll probably get better over time. Like I'd say give it like another year or two, and I think Tekken 8 will probably hit S tier. Like they'll improve a lot of things, but yeah, if we're going from worst to best, Tekken 1, obviously Tekken 6. I mean, it's okay. Revolution is Revolution it's fun for what it was. I'll give it that. B, I want to say the tag games. Tekken 4 is B tier. Gameplay wise, I'd say gameplay wise, it's probably on the weaker side, but I think it makes up for it by the aesthetic story and like just and also the characters they introduced, which ended up being mainstays, namely Steven Marduk and Christian. I do think it's got some of like my favorite OST in the series. Finally, A is 7 and Tekken 2, and then finally 3 is no, S is Tekken 3 and Tekken 5. So yeah, that's about it for me. Shit, that was a mouthful.
Oh shit.
Uh,
I don't think I ranked Tekken 2 on my list. I would probably put that somewhere under what the fuck is it? What the
No
hell?
fucking way this is real. No fucking way.
I would put it under Tekken Tag 1. I feel like still fun game, but it's way better than the first one. I'll say that much. Thank God. But in terms of everything else, I would say that we need to sort of say that it's not as good as some of the later games in the franchise. So,
yeah.
um,
Agree with that.
yeah.
I do kind of wish. I do kind of wish Tekken 8 did take some cues from 4, at least with the tone and like how they did certain things. But I think what we got, I'm not like against though, because it is a really good fighting game.
Mm. Well, what about you? No, I think we've covered everyone so far. So,
You didn't include me.
oh, I was just about to call your name and it slipped my mind for like a second. I'm sorry about that.
Damn, Ren, you forget I'm here?
No. I was just
That's cool, man. I thought we had something
Yeah.
special, man.
I'm just slightly old. Forgive me. But
It's all right.
He's only special with me.
no, but I ain't do nothing
Yes.
wrong. But
Uh-huh.
Ronan, it is your turn. How do you feel about this? Where would you rank Tekken 8?
Tekken 8 is still fresh out of the oven, so I can't rank it right now, so I really can't say anything. If I had to say like a grading on it, in A, I had to agree with Rad, or A rank for me. It's getting good. It's still, until like some updates, some new characters, something happens, it's still an A rank for me. So if I had to rank like the older games, one I had to put as if I was doing a tier list, I would put like my tier list to being great, like legendary to why are you like this. So if I had to say the first game legendary status is gonna be Tekken 3. Because it got me into Tekken. I never knew what a Tekken was. So I played that and I love it. Tekken 5, always legendary because great roster, great music. Also, Jinpachi can eat a dick. Tekken 4. Man, I give that an A. I give that 2. Good. Like, really good. It's alright. Also, even though Heihachi with a diaper still scars me for life. God, I don't want to look at that again. The Tekken Tag Tournament games. I like Tag 2. Especially, I know this is probably a sin to say, but the Wii U version was actually kind of fun. Like, it was kind of fun seeing, like, characters in, like, Nintendo costumes, seeing, like, Kazuya in a Link costume, someone in a Bowser, Nina in a Princess Peach costume. It's pretty cool. I really love Tekken Tag Tournament. It's really good. If I had to say, like, bottom tier, it's got to be Tekken 1 and 2. So that's right there. Oh, and
Damn.
Revolution. I'm sorry, but Revolution kind of failed on me. I really did not like Revolution.
Yeah, I mean, if you judge it as a full game, then clearly, I mean, like it's not enough meat on the bones
Wait, did I
here.
forget one, by the way? Oh, 6.
Oh.
Shit.
Yeah,
I almost forgot about 6.
6.
6 is still good, game. I could come back to it, even though it kind of feels wonky to do all these Lars
I
combos.
can't.
Like, it's very wonky to like do Lars combos, and I can't do the story mode again because I'm sorry, Rad. I like you and all. You're my bro for life, but your waifu can eat a dick.
Elisa?
No.
No. I mean the final boss in the story mode.
Who is this? Refresh my memory.
The fight where Jin literally like programs Elise to kill Lars.
Oh,
Oh, and she freezes you constantly.
Yes, I'm sorry,
Ah.
Rad buddy. I love you to death. You're my homie for life. You are my homies for life. You know, you're my homies for life. But your wife who can eat a dick. Your wife who was the hardest, like gave me literally almost Asura level rage.
Yeah, she's gonna chop him right off with those blades if you're not
Oh
careful.
boy.
man.
No.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Also,
Rolling.
Jin, my God, did they just give you monster energy drinks so you can do Electro and Godfist multiple times? Like, God
Ro-
damn.
Rolling. You want rage, real rage. Play some of the SNK titles.
Dude,
Pal, I know about the SNK bosses, and this is why I don't touch SNK with a 10-foot pole. Looking forward to that, except with God of Mark of the Wolves. Except God of Mark of the Wolves and a new Fatal Fury game.
Yeah, but Save the Wolves. Yeah,
Yep.
that's what it's
But
called.
other than that, I'm sorry, Rad. Your girl can die. All that matter. That version of Elisa can die. All that matter.
You know, you're not the first to say that about her.
I'm so sorry. Don't get me wrong. I like your waifu too.
To
But
be honest,
that
I think Elisa's very under the radar in 8. No one displayed any type of like
hatred.
hatred. I guess is the word I'm blanking. Like any type of vitriol towards fighting her.
Yeah, very vitriolic rage, defeated rage. Jin, however, in that fight, man, like I said, did Jin drink like 5 cans of Monster Energy drinks so he came to do Electro and Godfist so many times?
all I'm gonna say real quick is that yeah, Shin Akuma versus Kazuya is cancer, and I never want to experience that again. But as I said, that's why I spammed him to death with like fucking uppercuts, because I was so tired of that. I was so tired of him doing that, man. Miss Sots. But
Oh my God.
it is time to sign out. It is time for me to fuck a hamburger. So we're gonna do outros really quickly here. Ronan, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter X and the YouTube channel Shadow Zero Devil Reaper. You can find me there. Unless you want to, if you're looking for literally good voice acting skills and everything else, you can look for me on my YouTube channel, Shadow Zero Devil Reaper. Even though that's a dead channel, you can still chat with me there. Twitter X is Shadow Zero VA, which I do voice acting stuff and everything else. That's where you can find me.
Well, you can find me on YouTube at Renegade Operative. You can find me on Twitter at RentOperative_, Orange YouTube at Orange YouTube at Renegade Operative. You know, I'll be out there giving
Orange YouTube. Okay.
I'll be out there giving the pipe to all the Tekken ladies. You know me. And you can find me somewhere on there. But seriously, I will be uploading this podcast sometime tomorrow after I get my new phone, and I will not lying, sir. I'm telling the absolute truth there. This is
okay, Hardy.
This man is just that's slander, man. Slander spoken. But I will be uploading this and more fighting games to come. I'm trying to see maybe potentially doing something related to KOF in terms of discussing. I know that might be very exciting, so look forward to that in the future, and we will see what we do there. But Kaneki, it is your turn. Where can we find you on social media?
You can find me only on YouTube and Twitter under the same name at Google. And that's it. Oh, and Discord under the same name. Oh, you know, in case Twitter goes down.
Oh, you cut out. Say that again.
Wait, cut one out. The entire thing?
He can find you at Ghoul World.
Ghoul World. That's where you cut out?
Yeah, that's where you can find me. No, but YouTube, Twitter, and Discord. Ghoul World order. That's where you can find me.
Nikki, it is your turn. Where can we find you on social media?
I had to say that because I'm going to Finland in like 2 weeks. So I better practice my pergolese. But anyway, no, you can find me on Twitter at Strapping Young Lady. I think it's Nikki SYL because I couldn't fit the whole thing in there. You can also find me on YouTube and Twitch as Strapping Young Lady on there. I'm named after the band, so if that sounds familiar to you, it's just Strapping Young Lad with one extra letter.
Taken out of context.
Exactly.
God damn it. Every time.
You can also find me on Metal Devastation Radio Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. for my show Siren Scream, where I play just a lot of really cool death metal, black metal, doom metal, melodic death, and whatever else I feel like playing. I will be participating in Muso May, so if you're into Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, keep an eye out for that.
Excuse me. Do you also do Sengoku Basara? That's a lone.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I love Sengoku Basara.
We are friends now.
And on that note, yes, I will be friends with you. Yes. On that note, I got a pizza waiting for me in the other room, and I got my bed waiting for me since I have been up since 8 a.m. It's time to go to bed.
All right, so Fem Dante is gonna sleep on us. So nighty night. Don't let the demons bite.
Ooh, I'm gonna steal that pizza. Better watch out.
Steve.
You touch my pizza, I will kick you.
I got a judgment cut. What are you gonna do?
Judgment cut. I'll judgment cut you.
I need
I
more
did 3 years of Taekwondo. I will whoop your ass if you touch my pizza.
We got some pizza
kinky.
violence. We got some pizza violence over here. All right. Well, Rad,
It's all right. A taekwondo can't do shit to a gun.
Man, the gun is a great equalizer. I keep
Damn.
forgetting about that. Damn, though. But
Jesus.
Rat, where can we find you amidst all this street violence we have going on?
When Discord isn't being a pile of asses, I can have the power to tell you that you can find me on Twitter at the Radrad, and you can find my YouTube channel at Radrad's Rad Games, which I really need to get back to since there are a couple of projects that I need to pull out of the woodwork. So keep an eye out for that. I did put up some Tekken 8 footage today since I needed to play this game for the podcast. So you can look at that if you wish.
You will promptly be seeing it on your screen if you're watching this podcast on YouTube. If it's Spotify, though, that might be a different story. But Andre, where can we find you?
You can find me at Twitter, Andre B Venom, and also YouTube at same thing. I don't really got much going on this year. I'm actually planning on going to MomoCon next month and DragonCon in August, and that's I guess really about it. I'll also try to get back to streaming because I haven't streamed in weeks. I'm just sorry. There's a lot of shit, just a lot of personal stuff. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Sorry, excuse me. I was gonna add to my thing. I forgot to add. I also do, like I said, I also do voice acting. I also do power scaling, video game characters wise.
Gonna make the
and also let the shit on Death Battle.
Gonna make the next death battle any minute, and just watch out, guys. I'm kidding.
That's more personality than Boomstick was.
But the last person to outro is Burn. So Burn, what is your social media links?
My social media links will be the same as everyone else. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and I think those are the only places actually. And you can find me as Burn Aeon. Same thing as here.
All right, we are signing out of this IES podcast. Look forward to more fun fighting games and beat 'em ups in the future, because this podcast does both. So that's an entertaining experience, and I'll see what I cook up later down the road for you guys. Until then, peace out, keep fighting Tekken, and remember, believe in your heart. See you later.
Get us, everybody.
See you later.
Nah, that was the good sliced pizza right there.
You're making me hungry. Fuck off.
That's my pizza.